we're back with another UFC breakdown this week for UFC Vegas 114. We're back at the Apex after we were just at the T-Mobile Arena. And Charles DuBronx gets it done.
DuBronx.
MFer in the game. Charles DuBronx Oliveira. A dog call we had a little bit on the show last week. Now, personally, as you can tell by the thumbnail of the live stream, I'm down horrendous, and the man below me is up right now. The man is up.
No, we're not.
You're a BP. How much did you make?
Nothing. Zero. So here's the deal, right? I pride myself on honesty. I pride myself on hard work. Yes, I gave out a sicko parlay that hit. That was 20-1. That fucking cash for people that played it. I've played every single one I've given out. I think 4 or 5, right? Over, right? And I put first 2 weeks, $25 on it. Then I went down to 15, then went 10. This past week, I didn't play it. I didn't play it. I didn't hit my own sicko. I got to be honest with you. I can sit here and strut out my chest like we hit it 20-1. I'm the smartest guy in the world. I made $0. And here's what happened. I did a new strategy this weekend. I was like, I'm only taking money line, and I'm going to go 1.5 units on every really true money line play I like. The only prop I did was Montez by submission. It's the only prop I did. And I hit, thank God. But I was up after the Barallo fight. I was up. I put all my winnings on Barallo. He was up. I won. I could have rode off in the sunset. My buddy I watched the fight with was like, dude, I love Max Holloway by knockout. I said, don't say that. Don't say that. I think it's going to be a close fight. I like Max too, but don't say that. No. I like him by knockout. So what do? I ride with my guy, and I leave the night over. I leave the night not over, down. So hitting the sicko was sick, and I hope people out there played it. I know at least one guy on Twitter did, and I'm happy to give out winners even if I don't personally hit them myself. But yeah, I can't really dance in the streets like I want to and strut my shit when unfortunately I didn't play it. So sorry, boys.
I'll do it for you. As the thumbnail tells you. I mean, this
well, I didn't want to mess with the thumbnail because it's so fucking perfect.
Oh,
I mean, I look like I'm hunky in it. You know what I mean? Just hunky in it.
Yeah, it kind of cut off, but you're holding the nice gold revolver.
That's what it looks like. I was like, do I got a gun in my? I mean, big gun with a gun. Yeah. And I love that my nickname's Big Gun because I've never fired a gun in my life. So
that is ridiculous. Well, hey, that sicko parlay that you hit, we're gonna check it out when we recap it. But man, they gave you a gift on that one too.
Hey,
the fact that you didn't capitalize on that gift, it's
crazy. No, it's insane. It literally kept me up Saturday night. I said, even if it was a $5 wager, $10 wager, it's a $200 hit. Like what? Yeah. Like oh gosh. And especially when you leave the night down, when you had a pretty good betting night, you just rode with Max Holloway at the end, and that's gambling.
Yeah. I mean, it was another rough weekend of betting for me.
Yeah, you're taking.
I actually had like some good reads, but I just I didn't make money on them. I think I played too many props. Maybe I was just chasing the plus money, but I thought Naim Jargle, if he was going to win, he was going to finish, right? Yeah. Cody Durden's he's lost like 7 out of his 8 losses in his career by finish.
He gets submitted. Yeah, you're right.
Charles Oliveira, I had him to win in the under 3.5 rounds. I mean, he's a finisher, He wins a decision. I don't make any money on that read either. Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking wild stuff. We haven't had a lot of finishes recently, which is usually a path that I like to be betting. So the fact that there's not many finishes, that's probably why I've been losing a lot of money.
And that's why I switched up. So years ago, I used to tally and keep track of all my betting myself. My prop game was weak. I could not win really good props, and I avoided them, even though the odds on them are so great. Mm-hmm. So I really decided to really step my game up on that. 2 years ago, I had a really good year betting props. Last year was a down year. Again, dead bomb pass. But this year, it's been down, right? So this past card, I'm like, no more props besides the Montez one, just because I really felt confident in that. Let's just do money lines, confident money lines. Let's get back in the red. Let's start winning some money. And it went well. It went great. And then fucking Max. So, but that's on me. That's on me for riding Max.
Well, let's look at the recap from last week. Obviously, we're going to get into the breakdown for UFC Vegas 114, but we got to take a little look at what happened for UFC 326. I appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. I mean, we got a bunch of people in the live chat already. How we doing, boys? Best. Lunatics in here. We got Loco, everybody in here. I am now Ian Hajai Parker. Yeah. The first time in my YouTube career, I got a comment comparing me to Ian Parker, and I said, fuck, dude. Yeah, that's really down bad.
Real quick before we get to the thing, I have been getting a ton of DMs. Shout out Ian Parker. Yeah, I know he got let go from the Anakin Florian. I have no ill will towards Ian Parker. I wish him the best, whatever. I don't know him personally or whatever. I know he maybe come with some baggage. And no, to answer all the DM questions I had not gotten back to, no, the Anik boys or none of those guys have reached out to me or whatever. I really hope what they do is I think they're going to try to land a big name, which is good, which would be good for the show. But I think what they should do is John mentioned they have like 300 cappers in the queue. I think they should pluck someone from there, kind of like they did me, and put someone on. So there's a ton of talented people in the space, and I would love to see someone get elevated, because it's such a good platform, mixing up with those dudes. So I've literally gotten like 25 DMs. Like, dude, Ian Parker's gone. You're back. And it's like, I don't think so. But I appreciate all the support and everything like that. I want to address that real quick. We can move on.
That's all right. That's all right. It's good to address it. They're gonna do what they want to do for sure. I want to address this one. Hey, Jive, how do you deal with your losses? I mean, do you have a bankroll that you use? Yes, of course. You should always have a bankroll. All right. So officially, I think I'm down like 28 units to start the year. So essentially, I'm down to 72% of what I started the year with. So I still have a lot of bankroll left, right? I usually don't stake like that much. I'm not a guy that puts 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units on something. And usually, now that I've been cold, I've been going a little bit lower. But yeah, I mean, I don't dip into money I shouldn't use. Definitely not. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Gamble responsibly, people. Yeah, losses are tough. I mean, listen, this is kind of what you deal with when you're gambling your real life money you work and you earn for. I mean, everyone deals with it differently, but scared money don't make no money. You know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta trust yourself. Like, Hayden's a sharp guy. He's won money in this game before. People who gamble know that what they can do, and they know sometimes you need a bounce. I got a fucking big bounce this weekend, even though it technically didn't really cash for me. But I did hit a sicko, which I still get to brag about in the graphic when we show at the end of the show. But yeah, that's all about bounces.
We don't take losses, we take lessons.
That's great. That's right. So much better than what I said. That's really good.
Let's go, FCS. How we doing, brother? How we doing? All right, let's take a look at BP's empty the clip.
Oh, okay, there you go.
It's a W.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah.
W for BP. Gregory.
Yes, sir.
Nice little snipe down the pipe.
Beautiful right hand. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little nervous seeing how good a shape Bruno was in at the weigh-ins. Oh, yeah. Like, he looked shredded. But then when they got in the cage, God, he was so much smaller than RoboCop. Yeah, he looked lean and looked really, and he could have won that fight, obviously. But RoboCop's a big dude for 185. And that right hand would have put anybody out. That right hand was so well timed and so much power behind it. Yeah. Proud of that hit. I'm 2-4 on empty the clip. We're bad. I told you I'm not going to lose another one the rest of the year. Oh. And the one I have tonight is definitely going to be a little bit of an eye scratcher, but maybe not an eye scratcher. People are going to disagree with it. They're already disagreeing with it behind the scenes. But yeah, RoboCop came through. I like that.
Last week for me, the empty the clip was my boy Dante Johnson. Okay. And yeah, it wasn't.
We'll get him next time.
It happens, man.
It
happens.
All right. I know I probably propped this guy up to be a nice little prospect, but after last night, I don't know, man. Or 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago, 4 nights ago,
whatever it was.
Saturday night. I mean, dude, yeah, that was a rough watch. Honestly, Dixon said something about it earlier before we even started the live. He's always in about the fix. He was saying that they're both managed by Jason House, so they wanted the fight to go the distance to cash plus 600. and Dante by decision so they can cash in a little bit more. I'm not going to, say that that was the case. Dixon could be onto something, but I was just surprised that he was holding on to the front headlock for that long. I'm like, dude, what? Just punch him. I mean, Brundage clearly does not want to be in there, bro. He doesn't want to be in there.
He crumbles under pressure. Another thing, too, what impressed me with Johnson, what you can take away from this is a guy who has been in the sport for 2 years, started heavyweight, has really come a long way. I think he'll eventually find his way to 170. Cardio looked great. 3 rounds look great. I mean, that's for a young fighter to have 3-round cardio. It's great. I got to comment to FCS. Did Big Funk forget to pay his light bill? I look a little dark. I do apologize. I will say this. I got a whole new setup going on here, and I still only have one light, so it is a little dim on my face. I'm sorry that I'm coming down. I'll get that fixed, but yeah, no, the light bill has been paid.
Gotta send you a ring light.
I have this key light, and then I used to have another light over here, but anyway, no one cares. I'm gonna get another light. Don't worry.
2-4 for me on the empty the clip. The 3-punch parlay did hit. It turned into a 2-punch parlay though, because Jung Young Lee had to pull out. But Vallejos and Rodriguez got it done. Pretty easy.
Yep. Pretty easy money. Another one I didn't play because I'm an idiot. But yep. So, but we're giving out winners. I mean, come on. We're up units on the 3PC parlay.
And BP's sicko parlay we were talking about before. Big cash.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Listen, I'm very proud of hitting a 20-1, no matter if I played it or not. I'm an idiot, and there's no excuse. I simply forgot. That's what it was. Like, I mean, I wasn't really that busy this weekend, right? My kid got sick Monday, but Friday she was fine. I went over to my buddy's house, and I just literally, after Montez won by submission, I went whole, because I screenshot when I build my things, I screenshot it, and I'm like, oh my God, I fucking forgot to play that. And it was too late at that point, and it was sickening. Russ, our boy Russ, was like, BP, when I hit it, I was like excited. And he's like, how much did you win? Did you play it? What was it, dude? And I'm just like, I did it. But I'm proud to have that graphic right there that I hit a 21 28 parlay. That is not easy to do. Cody Garbrandt, that fight obviously was extremely lucky. That's the one that obviously bounced my way. RoboCop knocking him out easy. Montez looked pretty easy with the sub. Montez looked phenomenal, by the way. Looks like a real prospect.
They're telling you to bring back the bus seat swag.
But it was like,
last week.
A couple people defended my Patagonia, but no, I can't get shit for this. This is a Peloton shirt, right? I got right off his website. Big old Jaguar on it. But no, so I'm very proud I hit that, even though I didn't hit it. I gave it out. I should say I gave it out. I shouldn't say I hit it. I gave it out.
That's a beauty. And a lucky beauty, but a beauty nonetheless. Mine wasn't even close. Well, actually, it was possible. If Tumen Demirel, I mean, he had a ton of submission attempts, but couldn't get it done, so it was dead on arrival. And then Dixon put it in the chat. I mean, did Michael Johnson get paid to lose in round 2?
Yeah, I saw that rumor. Yeah.
I mean, hey, for whatever reason, let me just vent real quick, BP. Okay. Anytime there's some like questionable outcome, or there's a fighter that goes to the fight injured, or there's a weird line movement or whatever, I am always holding a bet on the person that's in question. I don't know how this happens. Mm-hmm. It's every single time. Michael Johnson this week, I bet on him Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, 5:30 in the morning. I'm at my desk putting my final bets in. I say, Michael Johnson, put Michael Johnson minus 110. Let's go. Not even 2 hours later, I go on Twitter. What the hell? Michael Johnson's line is starting to flip. I'm like, oh God, like what the hell's going on? And it just keeps going. And we all know what happened. A couple weeks ago, Vinicius Oliveira goes into the fight with a broken hand, broken wrist, whatever.
Broken arm for like
broken arm.
Months. Yeah.
I have money on Vinicius Oliveira. I mean, would he have won the fight without it? Maybe not. But either way, I have money on the guy with the fucking broken arm in a fist fight. Lucas Almeida last year goes into the fight with a broken hand. Guess who I bet earlier in the week? Lucas Almeida. Jared Gordon gets hit by a car the day before the fight.
All right,
Guess
yeah.
who I have money on? Jared Gordon. Isaac Dulgarian throws the fight. Guess who I have money on? Isaac Dulgarian. Ante D'Elia, eye pokes. Waldo Cortez Acosta. They call the fight off. I have the fight to go the distance. I'm not saying it would have won, but they call the fight off because of an eye poke. So then it should be a no contest. They start the fight up and he gets KO'd right away. I lose money. I could keep going. Jake Matthews, I have Jake Matthews inside the distance, Jake Matthews by submission. They call the fight in round 1. It's a submission win for Jake Matthews.
Yeah.
Nope, let's start the fight back up. I mean, I cannot believe all the fuckery we see on a week-to-week basis. Somehow, I have money on the wrong side every time. I would love to be on the Cody Garbrandt side of things just for once, man. Just for once. Please.
Oh, Cody.
I mean, please, dude. Like, I didn't have money. I guess I had Long Jiao on in the many men parlay.
Sure.
It wasn't an official play for me, but I mean, I would have loved to cash the many men, right? I put money on it. How? You know,
the ball's bouncing one way. You know, the league of average, it's going to come back your way. And we're going to be sitting here and you're going to be like, look at my new house, checking my new car. You're going to be swimming in it, okay? Because you're doing everything right. You're just not getting the bounces. I mean, that's just the way.
It's not even like just because I've been losing recently that it's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, even those times, like Jake Matthews, Jared Gordon, like those were times where I would still win. Yeah, I still had winning nights those nights, but it's like, dude, how is it every time there's something weird going on? I have money on the wrong guy. Right. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's crazy. It's crazy. You need to journal all these and write a book, dude. Honestly, I should. Because it's honestly wild. There was a time, probably a 4-week period last year, where we had the Almeida hand, the Jared Gordon car, the Jake Matthews ref thing, the Isaac Dulgarian thing, where it was like, am I going insane? Like, are we getting punked right now? Like, what's going on here?
Didn't you bet Blake Builder and then he came out and said he took like LSD or some shit like that?
Yeah. I mean, that was years ago, but I had money on Blake Builder. He had took LSD.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, that's a. This Colby guy said this twice now. I saw BP in the back of Walmart with a prostitute in 2003. Buddy, I was 17 in 2003. I was still in high school, and I unfortunately I don't frequent Walmarts, nor have I frequented a prostitute ever. Haven't really needed it, if you know what I mean. Don't pay for it. But that was a funny comment, though. I like that.
Do they hang around Walmart?
I don't know. Dude, the Walmart that we have on the west side is literally the worst. I mean, they need to blow it up. I know there's some really nice Walmarts everywhere. Like, we're a Target family. We get a fucking Target. We don't go to that Walmart. We stay away from that. And, emo band in 2003, more of a punk rock band. I wasn't in it because I have no musical talent. That's what Dixon Senators wrote. My friends were in it, and I just kind of like, I was like the roadie, like helped set up like the fucking drums and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I had no musical talent, so I wasn't.
You're the band bitch?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I just was like, yeah, no, dude. I just thought it was so cool that they like wrote songs, and there was different kind of chicks at those things than the chicks I used to hang out with. So I'm like, yeah, I can go some. What's that? A studded belt? She's got a studded belt. Yeah, I'll rock with that. So yeah, I want to be around that crowd for a little bit.
All right, BP, you want to do the honors of
do I ever
intro song, and then we can hop into this breakdown.
Yeah, so we're still putting together like a video package to play at the beginning of the podcast instead of the countdown or whatever, to make it a little more professional, what have you. I played an intro song a couple weeks ago. That was from a guy that got recommended me from a guy. So my 2 intro songs I had on my show was by Big Griff. Big Griff was caught up, could not do the intro. He has since reached out to me and was like, I owe you an intro. And then not only he went above and beyond the 30 seconds, he did a 2.5-minute song with a chorus and 2 verses. And then I'm going to trim it down. We're not going to use 2.5 minutes for the intro. We're going to eventually trim it down. I meant to do that today, but I've been dealing with a sick kid. So without further ado, this is Big Griff, the new Big Jive MMA Show intro. Here we go.
It's guys on the beat.
Ooh.
Get live, it's the BigJive MMA Show. The big prize, we don't switch sides, never lay low. Big Brian Petrie here to serve you till you roll ahead. And novice in the duo, show you how to play the card, huh? Get live, it's the BigJive MMA Show. The big prize, we don't switch sides, never lay low. Big Brian Petrie here to serve you till you cold. Hey, Jive, yeah, the duo making plays and make them bold, huh? Get live, it's the BigJive MMA Show. Parlays, they talk them all, leaving it to play low. Coming at you weekly when they species legit. Coming here they best bets when they empty in the clip high. And never trip, they coming like a loaded gun. With a sickle parlay, with a eyes like 10 to 1. It's every show, every quote that you hear is what they wrote. They gon' stand on it when they know they plays and count some bands on it. It's MMA, if you got a problem, put your mans on it. Step up to the octagon and show me how you coming. They ain't listen, now they coming. This way you want pussy bet. This BigJive MMA Show. Watch where they gon' take it next. Get live, it's the big.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, shout out Big Griff, Louisiana's own. He reached out to me via Instagram and said, brother, I'm so sorry I couldn't do it. I'm gonna make it up to you. We made it. Got an incredible deal on that. He wrote an entire song, delivered to me on Saturday night. Yeah, like I said, I think we're gonna use the chorus in that first verse. There's another second verse. I don't want to waste everyone's time. I'll post it on my socials, maybe a link or something like that. But yeah,
That goes hard.
yeah, he's very talented. He's a really good guy. I'll post something too, so you go give him a follow on Instagram too. That's what he does. He's a producer. He's a songwriter. He creates songs for everybody. He did my 2 previous as well. And then compared to the other guy I paid like 100, and I don't want to. I'm not gonna say his name, but I played it on the show before everything fucking crapped out. I paid $185 for that, and he literally just made a beat and read on the paper what I said to mention in the song, like, and put like a melody to it. And I'm like, what, dude? There's no creativity whatsoever. Yeah. So shout out Big Griff. You're the man. We're going to get some kind of video package put together, and it's going to be sick. You know, I feel like every show needs a really fire intro, and Big Griff delivers again. So you guys are the best. Fire. He did it with Claude. Get your money back. I don't know, bro.
I don't care. It's solid. It's good.
Yeah, if he did, hey, listen, everyone's doing AI. Fuck it.
That's good. Well, now we got the vibe set. Let's hop into the breakdown, and immediately the vibes are killed. Pierre Rodriguez comes in at -155, taking on Sam Hughes at +135. Sam Hughes coming in here 4-1 in her last 5. Pierre Rodriguez 3-2 in her last 5, but one of those losses was a DQ. This is a rematch where Pierre Rodriguez won the first fight. It was a 29-28 decision. Sam Hughes historically has been an underdog in every single one of her fights, except her last one against Shauna Bannon. So stepping in as a dog here is not something that she is unfamiliar with. Are you going to take a shot on Sam Hughes as the dog here, who's 6-5 in her UFC career and technically 5-5 as an underdog in the UFC?
Yeah, I've cashed money on Slam Page, right? I love the name Slam Page, or Sam Page, excuse me, Sam Page. I said Slam. Sam Page. She's fought for my money, and I've hit it before. Yep. But I remember the first fight. I rewatched the first fight, and Pierre Rodriguez just has a grappling advantage. She landed 5 takedowns in the first fight. Her last 2 fights against decent competition, she landed 8, and then she landed 7 takedowns. She's not the most exciting style in the world. She's not getting a ton of finishes or any finishes in the UFC, it looks like. But she knows how to wrestle. She knows how to win fights. I mean, Sam Hughes has a little bit of a grappling background, but and she'll fight for the money. But if it was higher, I'm looking at it all day. But +125 doesn't excite me, or +135 on the screen doesn't excite me. I'm gonna go Pierre Rodriguez. This screams over to me. Both these girls aren't really classic finishers, and I like Pierre Rodriguez to get it done here by decision. Over probably 2.5 is probably set to the fucking moon. But yeah, give me that. Give me the night off with a nice little Pierre Rodriguez decision win. Over 2.5 is -500. I bet 365. So you might as well just play the money line. Give me Pierre Rodriguez.
Yeah, I picked Pierre Rodriguez. I think it's going to be a close fight. I wouldn't lay -155 on Pierre Rodriguez. If you gave me where it was like a couple days ago, where it was like minus 125, I'd be like, oh, sure, sure, I'll take that because it's a close decision. I think she probably wins 5.5, 6 times out of 10. Sam Hughes, definitely live though as a dog. It kind of just comes down to what the judges are going to see. Are they going to see if Sam Hughes could maybe create some damage with like a cut that could definitely benefit her? She just doesn't really have a ton of like power that, is going to catch the judge's eyes. Then it's kind of like back and forth striking. And then Sam kind of needs her opponent to gas out a little bit so she can really march him down. And I think Piera Rodriguez is probably going to mix in a couple takedowns that the judges are going to like. So, yeah, I think Piera Rodriguez gets it done. I'm going to take her here as well. Probably by decision.
Yeah.
And considering they fought, 3.5 years ago, I think Sam's made some improvements, but I think Piera probably has had more upside to make improvements just based on how she fights. And she also shares a birthday with me. So,
hey, November 11th? That's your birthday?
11/11, bro.
You go.
11/11.
11/11.
There's usually some good luck when I take the fighters that have a similar birthday to me. Give me Hughes all day. A little dog hunt in there. T-Swiss.
Dog.
It's another dog pull through in the main. This, I mean, I would be shocked, but there's been a lot of dogs coming through in the main events.
Yeah.
Hey, Jav, if you listen to Sam's interview, she always mentioned how her fiance always bets on her every fight. So I'm curious if they'll ever cash in on allowing a round 3 sub or TKO. I don't think that's going to happen, bro. I don't think Sam Hughes is a girl that's going to throw
that.
Fight.
And if her husband's that public about it, like
Yeah.
you're going to go to prison for, some bucks.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong though, Dick. So we have to ask these types of questions now.
No, I'm glad you asked it, Dixon. That's you have to ask it in today's world for sure.
That's true. Over 2.5 minus 550. Maybe a parlay piece. I don't know.
I mean, if you're doing like a 10-leg parlay, 8-leg parlay, yeah, sure. That's a parlay piece. But man, I mean, I don't see it. But it's MMA. I mean, one of these girls could get hurt or cut, whatever, and you're putting 550 in a parlay.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Piera Rodriguez lost by DQ before.
Right? Yeah, there you go.
I remember that one because I bet on her there against Carnelossi, and she was whooping that ass, and then just fucking headbutted her on the ground.
Carnelossi she's so jacked, but like they're just for show. She's never strong in there. People body her up. It's like Carnelossi, he got all this muscle, use it, bro.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's move on. We got 14 fights to break down as well.
I'll be quick on some of these.
Bantamweight bout, we got Elijah Smith coming in at minus 200, taking on Su Young Yu. Sits at plus 170. Su Young Yu 3-0 in the UFC. One of those was a road to UFC finale. One of them was against AJ Cunningham, and the other one was against the smartest fighter in the UFC, Zhao Long. Elijah Smith, on the other hand, 2-0, knocked out Toshiomi Kazama in his last one with the Rampage Jackson slam. And then he won his UFC debut against Vince Morales by decision. So sizable age gap here. 23 years of age for Elijah Smith, 30 years of age for Su Young Yu. So that is an interesting thing to look at. I mean, a guy that's young in his professional MMA career, young in life, against a man with 19 professional fights. But he's going to be a little bit smaller. Elijah Smith, pretty sizable bantamweight, 5'9", 71-inch reach, and he can wrestle a bit too. Are you taking the favorite here in Elijah Smith to continue his rise here, or are you going to take the South Korean to beat the guy with the South Korea flag on his trap?
Yeah, look at that. Sung Young Yu is an okay fighter. I think he's solid. I think at plus 170, I think you're getting pretty good value. I just think Elijah Smith is better all around. I think his striking's coming along. I think he can grapple. I think he's smart. I love the fact that his father, Gilbert Smith, has been around. I mean, this kid grew up in the gym. Gilbert Smith was an Ultimate Fighter twice. Never really had super success in UFC, but he's been around, and this kid was in the gym seeing it. It's kind of like AJ McKee. His dad was grinding too. Had success more in Japan than UFC. But you're in the gym, you're grinding, you're learning. This is your life. This is what you want to do. I trust that. I trust you, Elijah Smith. We talk about not trusting 21-year-olds. I trust a 23-year-old though. I think his athleticism, I think his Fight IQ is there. Beating Aaron Tao on the Contender Series. I think that was a decent win. Tao made it to the finals of the road to UFC, but couldn't make weight and cheated or whatever, so he got cut. Decent little fighter. And then Vince Morales is kind of an automatic win. That's kind of a grimy vet. And then he knocks out Kazama. So, he's obviously improving, getting better. This is going to be a fun fight, I think, here. I think he's got to be mind his P's and Q's early. And hopefully that the cardio that he has maintains, because I think this could be a heavy grappling match. But yeah, this is Elijah Smith all the way here.
Yeah, I want to go Smith as well. I believe he's an ex-football player and also wrestled in high school. Just looking at this guy, looking at his athleticism, I'm like, this dude is a certified wide receiver / DB. This dude could probably fucking cruise. He's got quick feet, but he's 5'9", so that's probably why he hung it up on the football field.
Yeah.
And ultimately chose MMA. Even though I think his real reason was because of COVID. During COVID, they canceled the football season, so I think that's when he started really training MMA. Yeah. But I think he's a solid prospect. I don't know that he's going to run away with it because I don't really think Su Young Yu engages that much. I would like to see him be a little bit more aggressive. He kind of like lets the fight come to him. If he's going to win this fight, he's going to have to grapple, and he's going to have to probably outlast Elijah Smith, and I just don't really see it. So I'm with you, BP. I think Elijah Smith gets it done. I don't really see him finishing him, though, unless he catches him with something big, like some big right hand down the pipe. I don't think he's going to submit him. So it's probably a decision. And right now the decision's plus 125. That's not terrible.
That's not bad. I kind of also can see him maybe like late TKO on the ground situation. So with Smith by KO, plus 425. I might not chase that because I do agree. I think it's going to be a decision how he's going to win. But if the value is there, I could see maybe some TKO on the ground stuff. If he's involving as much as I think he should be, that could be a path to victory.
I think if you're going to take a shot on I think you maybe take a dart on the sub plus 900.
Yeah. He's got some sub chops for sure.
Yeah. Morales was putting him in some chokes, and I think he kind of makes some mistakes down there, but he gets away with it.
Well, yeah, he was in that deep choke the whole time. I remember, and he literally was looking over at his corner, and they were talking to him how to get arm down, shoulder in, head on the mat, because he looked over like, what the fuck is he got me in? Yeah.
He actually, Morales got him in that Shavkat choke that he got Jeff Neal in.
Right. Yeah.
Around the third round, he had just sunk the arm in there.
Yeah.
And if there was probably 5 more seconds, maybe he could have got him. But
man, you got to have a squeeze to get that. Shavkat must have a fucking death squeeze.
Yeah. All right. Good fight, though. Moving on to some more women's MMA. We got Bia Mosquito coming in at minus 600, taking on Monsi Rendon. Monsi, 2-1 in the UFC. I thought she was going to be an 0-2 and just, get out of the UFC, but she's won 2 fights in the UFC. One of them against Alice Pereira, not Alex, Alice, and it's not Alex Pereira's sister.
It is not.
Just some random 19-year-old from Brazil. She beat her, and she beat Damiris Vidal. Her loss was to Daria Zaleshnikova. So she's been fighting the bottom of the barrel, but she's got a couple wins. Bia Mosquito, 6-0 in her professional MMA career. They call her the Lady Goat of women's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's 34 years of age. She comes in here, 1 UFC fight, 1 win, 1 submission against Arina Alexeva, who is also the bottom of the barrel. So I'm actually looking at it right now. The line is rising on Mosquito. She's now set minus 700. Rendon plus 500. And I think it's kind of wild, man. I know if Mosquito gets her to the ground, it's gonna probably look pretty bad, but does she get her to the ground, dude? I don't think Mosquito's striking's good at all. I'm not gonna say Rendon's really gonna, put it on her, but she at least has some forward pressure and she'll let her hands, go. And she hasn't been taken down in the UFC. Is Mosquito's takedowns really all that great? It could just be one. It could just be one takedown. It could just be one. And maybe you look to a TKO. on the ground. Because I mean, the sub is pretty much unplayable for Mosquito. It's like minus. Oh, I guess it's actually not that bad. Even money.
Yeah.
I thought it was worse. I thought it was like minus 150 or something. Even money. But honestly, that kind of scares me. And maybe the TKO is the sneaky one here. I think it's, if you're going to bet money lines, dog or pass. You either got to take your shot on Rendon or you got to go to a prop angle for Mosquito. Because personally, I would not want minus 700 in my parlay. And then after round 1, she can't get a takedown. What the hell is going to happen? You're in the small cage in the apex. Rendon, she's going to beat you up in the clinch, bro. What do you think, BP? Am I crazy? Am I crazy to question the female lady go to BJJ?
I got to choose my words carefully because if Bia sees this, I want to be on her good side. I kind of want to be on all her sides, if you know what I mean. No, this was going to be my empty the clip was by Bia by submission. I like the minus 105. I don't know how you can play at money line. I end up not pulling that, not sending that. Simple the fact that we just don't know enough. Like her jiu-jitsu is great. How's her takedowns? You know what I mean? They haven't shown to be great. Her striking is she's willing to strike, and she's proven that. She's obviously working on it, but it's not great. I just think Rendon is here because she's a Mexican female, and they need those, right? I don't think she's great. Her nickname's the Monster. They're pushing her up in that kind of part of the world. Cool, but I think Bia is the better martial artist here, and I think if it does touch the ground, it's curtains. I think it's over, right? But does it touch the ground? That's such a good question. A lot of these jiu-jitsu practitioners that come over that have world-class BJJ, it takes them a little bit to fucking wrestle, right?
Yeah.
Like Mackenzie Dern, she started wrestling 2 years ago, right? I mean, it's like you got to really develop a good takedown game in this sport, and I don't know if Bia's there yet or not. I like Bia in this spot. I'm not touching money line. I'll pick her by submission at minus 105, her by submission round 2, or excuse me, her to win in round 2 is plus 320. I kind of like that. I think Rendon can fend off some stuff in round 1, make a mistake in round 2, and that's all it takes in the grappling game. Give me Bia round 2 submission.
You know what this fight kind of reminds me of?
What, bro?
I'm not saying that this is going to happen, right? But eventually, Mosquito's going to have an Amarim versus Inoue type of performance.
Sure.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Amarim, decorated BJJ player, couldn't get the takedown after round 1. What happened? She gassed out. We don't even know what Mosquito's gas take really looks like, right? I mean, she's never been to a decision. She's running through most girls in round 1 or round 2, kind of having her way. Rendon, she's been a decision a lot of times. Right? She got that 15-minute cardio. It could get interesting. And I'm kind of interested to see how it plays out. But Rendon could be live. Bia, Ryan Hall, Mosquito. I know.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor real quick. I know we got to move on. Google image search for me and put it on the screen, John Morgan. Some guy just said I look like John Morgan. Ain't no fucking way I look like John. Not all fat guys look alike, bro.
John Morgan. Is that the junkie guy?
They always ask first question, wears a blue shirt. Good guy. I know John. John's a good dude. No, there's no way, bro. The guy's got curly hair.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Dude,
it's
come
kind of
on, bro.
John Morgan is goated. Well, at least they like him.
No, I love John Morgan. John Morgan's a good guy. There ain't no way I look like I'm saying. That's what you get when you're a fat guy is you get compared to all other fat guys.
Isn't this the dude that Colby Covington would make do push-up?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you won't answer your question unless you do a push-up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, kind of fair play, though.
Fair play to Cody. But then also it's like, Kobe, you can't talk politics until you get a fucking degree. You know what I mean? What are we doing here?
Yeah. Who's got the first question now? Classic from Dana.
Yeah, who's got the first question? John, I know it's you.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Bantamweight bout here. We got Luan Lacerda coming in as a plus 222 dog, taking on Hesher Sosa. Sit at minus 262. Sosa. These bitches love Sosa. 0-0 in the UFC, making his UFC debut. 14-1. The Spaniard comes in here looking to get the first win and maybe cement his spot as a possible fighter on the UFC Spain card, which we have been waiting for forever, right? Luan Lacerda 1-2 in the UFC. Only win is against Simon Oliveira. He took a long layoff, came back and beat Oliveira, who's one of the worst to ever do it in the bantamweight division. He's 33 years of age. Honestly, not a bad fighter. Not bad, but he's been pretty sub or bust in his career. 11 of his 13 wins by sub, and it does seem like he slows down as the fight goes on. So I kind of see it. You know, Luan could look good early, but I think Sosa probably stays safe and then eventually takes over, wins round 2 or 3, and wins a decision, or maybe gets a late finish. What do you think, BP?
Yeah, Sosa, when he got put on the Contender Series, people love this guy. He was hyped a little bit.
Oh,
The commentators would, huh?
I didn't.
No, I didn't see anything. But no, the commentators like sucked this dude off. Like he was like the next company.
Yeah.
He's like the next Topuria.
He's from Spain, dude.
You're right. And I'm like, and he went through a decision. He looked okay or whatever. I mean, obviously you would obviously want to finish in that spot, but he did it. And he just looked okay. Now it's a little bit of a layoff. And now he's coming back against Luan Lacerda. I think they're helping him out here. I think Luan, this is a guy who, you know, he has moments in the octagon where he looks good. There's obviously skills there. He obviously has some flashes, but I just don't know if he can maintain that for 3 rounds. And I don't know if he has fight-ending power to stop a guy like Sosa, who's very confident coming in here. He's very controlled. Doesn't seem like he puts himself in much danger. I like Sosa here. I mean, I'm not going to bet Lacerda. I mean, he's only one fight in the UFC against the worst guy that's ever fought in the UFC. At least one of them, top 10. That's my next quiz I'm going to make, is top 10 worst guys to fight in the UFC. Oliveira will be on it. But yeah, I like Sosa here, even though I'm not super high in the guy. You know, I know he gets the Topuria comparisons and he's from Spain or whatever. Good looking cat. He's got to prove it. He's got to go out there. He's got to finish Lacerda. We'll see. But I like Sosa. Minus 262. We're actually getting a decent number on him. I thought fucking it would be
decent. You think that's decent?
Bro, I thought he'd be minus 400 against Lacerda. Really? Yeah, I thought he'd be the way they talk about this dude, I thought he'd be way higher. I'm not going to play it because I just don't trust him. But you know what? No, I'm not going to take that back. I might play it. Fuck it. Why not? Let's gamble, right? So if I think it's minus 400 and we're sitting at minus 262, yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it.
Dude, this dude is like literally Topuria. Look at the shorts.
Topuria copies McGregor. They copy Topuria.
Yeah.
Montez over this past weekend had a very Topuria vibe to him as well.
Oh yeah. I mean,
listen, if you're going to mimic a fighter, you might as well mimic one of the best in the game, I guess. But
yeah, I think he's solid overall. I don't really know what to classify him as. Is he a striker? Is he a wrestler? Because I know he wrestled that Lee guy up on the Contender Series. The dude that was like, he's like 6'1". Yeah. I bought into the hype on that guy. I lost money on that. Sosa fucking I don't want to say beat him up, but kind of dominated him for 3 rounds. Just big brothered him, even though he's a smaller guy. So, you know, I think Lacerda is actually not terrible. He's just too hittable for me. Too hittable. You know, he's a Muay Thai guy and he's so flat-footed. I think Sosa's movement's just going to fuck with him on the feet. And Lacerda's not really that great of a wrestler either. So, yeah, Sosa's the pick. I don't think it's a good line, though. I mean, I struggle to see how Sosa just waxes him here. You know, I think it's probably going to be pretty competitive until Lacerda slows down. But, yeah, Sosa's the pick. I would wonder, what's the sub number on Lacerda? 650. It's actually not terrible. If you're going to take a stab, might want to go that way. But I pretty much say that on like every fight. Take a stab on the dog by sub. that's like my angle on every fucking fight, I swear.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Vallejos coming in at plus 230, taking on Manuel Sousa, sitting at minus 270. Sousa making his UFC debut after a 3rd round knockout victory on the Contender Series, where he was down 2 rounds to nothing. Maybe it was 1-1, but he was largely getting taken down and controlled in that one. And he survived, and then the guy gassed out, and he took over and KO'd him. Vallejos 2-2 in the UFC, coming off the loss to Mason Jones, where he hurt him bad early on in that one. And then Jones survived like he always does, came back and put a beating on Vallejos. Oki has wins over Timmy Kwamba and Michael Aswell in the UFC, and losses to Chris Duncan and Mason Jones. So it's like he's beaten some okay guys, and he's lost to guys that I think pretty highly of. And he's a big dog here, man. I was shocked to see him as a huge dog against the guy making his UFC debut. And I know Manuel Sousa, I think he's a good fighter. I mean, he knocked out Mauricio Rufy back in the day. This guy's good. He's a fucking tank of a human being, 5'9", but the guy's back is probably fucking 6 feet across. I mean, he's a tank. He chucks hands
6 feet across. His
takedown defense is terrible, but he attacks a bunch of submissions, and he has good cardio for a guy that's jacked. He has good cardio. So I kind of think that's probably how he wins this fight, is with his cardio and his just pure physicality. Because I think Oki might burn himself out early, kind of like he did against Mason Jones. But I don't really trust Manuel Sousa to, wear on him like Mason Jones did. So I wouldn't be laying the number on Manuel Sousa at all. Maybe you could go live betting, after round 1. If Sousa is looking like he might turn the tides, you might want to take that. Or even if he's down 2 rounds to nothing and he's like plus 600 something in round 3, because Sousa could pull it off. He's got the power and the cardio to do it. But I think the line's pretty wide. What do you think, BP?
Yeah, Oki's had some up and downs moment, right? This is a guy that started to learn to wrestle. Hey, you got to wrestle. Then he gets his fucking neck taken by Chris Duncan, and then he goes and doesn't wrestle Michael Aswell, stands up to him for 3 rounds, outlands him, but didn't put him away. Aswell's a tough dude, but he's a huge favorite in that. Aswell stepped up, and then Mason Jones, who had an up and down run in the UFC, I'm so glad he's back. I didn't think he should be cut in the beginning, but he came back, and Mason Jones mixed some things up well. He did rock Mason Jones pretty well. The guy obviously has power. You want to load up on a guy like Sousa because I like him. I think he's violent. I think he's dangerous. I think he can clip and knock out anybody. And really, his problem is going to run into guys that can take him down. The guy in the Contender Series that he fought took him down 3 times. He got up every time. He tries the submissions. He has good cardio. He's a scrapper in there. He's never going to give up, and he's dangerous for 3 rounds. The only pause I have on this, the only reason I'm not like going load up on Sousa, is the number on Oki's so nice. We don't really fully know what this kid is yet. He's still pretty good. He's got some hype. He's got 2 losses, but his 2 losses aren't ugly losses. They're both finishes though, and the last one was by knockout. Now you're getting a big, heavy knockout artist. It's scary. But again, plus 230, losing a bet at plus 230 is there's turn my mic up a notch or 2. Everyone keeps saying that. I feel like my mic's plenty loud, but all right. Anyway, I like Sousa in this spot. I'm not going to run to the window. Maybe Sousa by KO, which probably isn't going to be chasing a great number.
220.
200. I got 200 on a bet 365. That's not bad. If I play it, it's the only way I'm going to play it. But I think this might be closer than people think. I do. I think this might be a pretty close fight.
Yeah, I think it's competitive until Oki gasses. But the thing is, with Sousa's got to make him work to gas him, because like Aswell is a guy that pushes a pretty solid pace.
Yeah,
but Oki was still there. So is he going to gas? I don't know. I thought Oki was going to be the next big thing after his Contender Series win. I bet on him there as an underdog, and he ran through that Glory kickboxer that beat Giga Chikadze or whatever. I'm like, this dude's a fucking tank. He is going to run through this division. And then his Timmy Kwamba fight, I was like, who is this dude? He was just pumping a jab out there. I think maybe he might be scared to gas out. So if he doesn't, go for it early, maybe he's just screwing himself. Who knows? But dog or pass, let's move on. Here we go, BP. Welterweight bout, we got Chris the Action Man Curtis coming in at plus 245, taking on Mick the Beck Orobai, sitting at minus 285. Orobai 4-1 in the UFC. Chris Curtis 6-4, 44 professional MMA fights. Went off the split decision win against Max Griffin. He's 38 years of age. He's 10 years older than his opponent, Orobai, who is apparently 28. They're very similar in size. BP, take it away, bro.
Yeah, so people who don't know, this is my guy. I got his poster back of the wall. Chris and I used to train together. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for, 15, 16 years now. Love the guy. And I'm completely honest with him when it comes to fighting. I used to actually like break takedown before he got to the UFC, before he got like elite level coaches with guys that you're fighting. Anyway, I have talked to him this week. I haven't talked to him a little bit. He did move to Thailand, but he did this camp in Vegas. But so we haven't talked much. And I just said, I thought I told you not to fight these kind of guys, meaning these fucking dudes from this part of the world that are beasts, that will grapple fuck you, that are taking over MMA. And a lot of these Kyrgyzstanian, Uzbekistanian, Dagestanian guys come to Vegas, come to train Extreme Couture, and Chris goes with them. And Chris is like, I'm more than confident. My thoughts on this fight is I don't think he can knock out Orabay. Chris has got some decent knockouts. I like that he's at 170. Spent most of his career at 170. Did 85 because he wanted to get in the UFC. Was like, I'm not going to cut a ton of weight. Get me 85. He's got some nice knockouts. Knocked out Phil Halls. Who hasn't? Knocked out Winking Buckley. That's a good win, but Buckley gets knocked out by quite a few people. Knocked out Brendan Allen. So does Sean Strickland. So what does that tell you? Rematch Brendan Allen, which was one of the greatest fights I've seen in a long time. Maybe not greatest, but it's a very good fight. Top 10. Go rewatch it. A 5-round main event that he took on short notice. Anyway, this fight scares me because Orabay can wrestle. He's coming off a big knockout win over Jack Hermanson. I don't think his striking's anything to write home about. I think on the boxing side, Chris is fine. Chris defensively is really good when it comes hands. Not so much catching kicks. You know, Jack Hermanson got one through. Obviously, Roman Kopylov put him down by a kick, and Orabay doesn't throw a ton of head kicks. Those are kind of like a stabbing push kick to your knee, which I'm not too worried about. Some leg kicks. Chris has got to attack the body because you're not putting this dude down. This dude took some fucking bombs. His eye was swollen shut against Roundbecki, and he didn't take a backward step. That dude kept going forward. So don't waste your time trying to hit his head. Touch the body, touch the body. A lot of Chris's knockouts early in his career came from second or third round, wearing guys down. And what I like about him at 170 is it takes a lot more work to get him down to this weight, so the cardio is going to be there. The weight cut for Max Griffin wasn't great. Hopefully this one's going to be better. And Max Griffin's a tough guy to look good at 170. This is a very tough spot. Obviously, I'm picking Chris. I'm never going to not pick against Chris. I'll always bet Chris. But this is a very, very tough spot here because I think Orabay is a good fighter. And I'm really curious to see what approach he takes. Is he going to be very happy to stand up and strike because he's coming off that big knockout win over Jack Hermanson? Is he going to come out and wrestle fuck Chris because Chris in the past has been succumbed to this? I mean, he gave up a lot of takedowns to Brendan Allen, albeit short notice. He gave up a few takedowns to Imavov. But other than that, he's been pretty good with his takedown defense in the UFC. So I'm really curious to see the approach Orabay takes. I'm hoping he's hand happy. I'm hoping he goes, I can box with anybody. I just knocked out Jack Hermanson. Let's go. That would be the best outcome. I see Chris winning a decision. And if maybe a stoppage, to the body late in the fight. I don't see that happening. I think Orabay is a super tough guy, but I like Chris by decision. I'm going to play a money line. I'll play him by decision as well. But again, for all the people listening and out there, this is the most biased take you're ever going to hear. So probably don't listen to everything I say here because this is my guy. Chris by decision is plus 375. So yeah, I mean, you're getting a little value on that. But yeah, I like Chris. Obviously, he's my guy. But again, completely biased. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, if I had never seen the Rombechki fight, I would probably say Orabay beats him easy. You know, but Rombechki's a fucking midget and a southpaw. And
he's 1-1 against southpaws in the UFC. He beat Ursha and he finished him. And then Rombechki, Chris is southpaw.
Yeah, Medic can't grapple though. That's the thing. And Chris's takedown defense has always been pretty good. Granted, you know, some of the matchups he's had, it hasn't really played much of a factor. Like most of that comes from the Adolfo Vieira fight where
he shot like 200 times.
Vieira can't really wrestle. So I think Orabay, obviously he's got the grappling upside. And then on the feet, I just think Chris is too hittable. Like he just takes too many periods of time where he's just shelling up, you know, and then he'll come back with like a combo. But then the guy's usually moving away and then he'll hit you to the body and stuff, which can accumulate. But in a 3-round fight, I think Orabay is just going to have too much output, too much offense for him to where he probably wins the decision. And then, of course, Chris being 38, coming off a split decision to Max Griffin. Max isn't like the easiest fight, right? Like Max Griffin took Michael Morales to a decision.
Yeah.
Max, I mean, he didn't look great against Chiesa, but
Yeah.
you know,
No, Max is with Max. That was obviously, if you rewatch the fight, Chris outstruck him, but Max is like a clinchy, hang on type of dude.
Weird.
And it's just, he can eat away rounds, and Chris just didn't do enough. His fights before that, his 3 fights before that, he landed over 100 significant strikes on all those opponents. He went 1 and 2 in those, but he has it in him to land volume. And that's what he has to do here. Yeah. But Orabai's riding such a wave of confidence. He doesn't have to do that cut to 55 anymore. He's at 70. He just fucking killed a guy in Jack Hermanson who might retire now, who Chris lost to. So the MMA mass there. Right. And you're right. Chris sometimes shells up a little too much. He's very defensive minded, and he has a good chin. I mean, he's been put down once in his MMA career by Kopylov. Now it's by a kick. Again, the kicks can get through. The way he shells up is so good for boxing, but kicks can get through. And I think Orabai throws some head kicks. If he does, that could be a problem.
How big is Chris Curtis's head? Because I feel like it's massive.
It's huge. And I have a really big head. My head's huge. Chris is not a big guy. They list him at 5'10" there. He's not 5'10". He's probably about 5'8", 5'9". But he's stout, like huge back, huge arms, huge everything. Yeah. Giant watermelon head. And it looks even bigger when he cuts a 70 because he's so drained out and his fucking head is this. I mean, it's crazy. He's been finished twice in 44 fights. Once, a million years ago, he got submitted by Tom Galicchio, which they should have stopped the fight in the first round. But Galicchio was in New Jersey, so they didn't. He ended up getting submitted. And then he got knocked out. Or excuse me, he got 3 times. Ray Cooper got him into PFL. And then he got knocked out by Roman Kopylov, which, again, I still think they should let that go, but it is what it is. It was still, obviously, Chris was losing the fight, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah. So, I mean, the guy's head is enormous. But Orabai's head's huge, too. You're not cracking that fucking melon.
No. Just watching Brendan Allen, like, try to get a rear naked choke on Chris Curtis. It's like there's first of all, there's no neck, and then his like jaw and his beard. You can't even get an arm under there. So I think Orabai's probably got to knock him out to get him out of there. Unless
I think so too. Yeah, Chris is. I mean, he's only been submitted once his MMA career. His submission defense is pretty good. Now it's even better working with all those guys in Vegas. I mean, it was good when he was just in Cincinnati. His jiu-jitsu trainer when he was here was a blue belt or a purple belt. He didn't even have black belts here, so it's pretty good. But yeah, I this one scares me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been pretty confident in most of Chris's fights. Yeah, like the only fight I was there for the Buckley fight, which was awesome, and the only fight that I wasn't like super confident in him going into was against who was it?
Imavov,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that ended with that weird no contest, whatever. But Imavov was, I mean, he was controlling that fight pretty easily anyway. Yeah. So
his big ass head got in the way.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, is Orabai in that Round-Becky fight, they collided heads numerous times.
Yeah.
Southpaw.
I mean, that could probably happen here. Honestly.
And listen, that's what Chris's giant head and him being southpaw, a lot of headbutts happen. Some funky shit's going to go down this one.
I wouldn't doubt it. But it should be a good scrap.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Middleweight bout. We got Brad Tavares coming in as a minus 136 favorite, taking on Eric, your boy Anders, sitting at plus.
boy.
Eric Anders, 9-9 in his UFC career. He's 38 years of age. Brad is also 38 years of age. He's 16-11. He is 2-3 in his last 5. Eric Anders 3-2. So this is basically like a mirror matchup.
Yeah,
they're both at a similar point in their career. But the really only thing that I think matters here is I think Brad Tavares takes his career a little bit more seriously at this level. I know he's coming off the loss to Robert Rychek or whatever, and he got KO'd, which was not a good look. But he still trains at Extreme Couture in Vegas. Eric Anders trains in Alabama now. He was a longtime Arizona guy, but now he trains in Alabama at his own gym. And I just think he's probably showing up for a paycheck here. And then he's going to go on his merry way. So I think Brad Tavares probably gets it done. Probably wins the decision here. I think it's going to be a boring old man heavy or middleweight fight where it's not high volume. Eric Anders is like clinching up in the cage, and there's just not really a lot happening. So I don't think we need to spend too much time on this one. If you're putting big money on this one, call the hotline for me, please, and never do that again. But Brad Tavares is the pick. What do you think, Pete?
Yeah, I think it's Brad Tavares as well. I thought Eric Anders retired like 4 times ago. They're both coming out knockout losses. I don't know. I mean, I thought Eric Anders retired, but I guess they offered him Tavares. He's like, hey, wait a second. That guy's really similar to me, or I can probably maybe win a decision in that fight. I like Tavares. I do want to point out every time I pick a Tavares fight, because I'm semi-confident Tavares. I like the number. I think he decision Eric Anders. His takedown offense is pretty good. His kicking's good. I think he's better than Anders. But I do want to point out one of, we all liked in this game, we brag about our big bets. We brag about, we won all this money. We hit the single parlay. My worst bet I've ever probably placed in MMA, besides maybe Reese McKee, was Brad Tavares over Gregory Rodriguez. And not only that, I picked Brad Tavares to win by knockout. So yeah,
mean, that's not terrible. Like,
the way it ended, it was pretty terrible. But yeah, I had to get that out there. Every time Brad Tavares fights, I'm like, I picked this dude, and I not only I pick him, but I betted him to win by knockout. So I got to own that. But I do think he looks good here. I agree. We don't need to spend much time on it. Both older guys, good to go to decision. I like Brad Tavares.
Yeah. I saw Eric Anders at the Fighter Hotel when I was in Atlanta last year.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it, but the hotel I booked was the Fighter Hotel.
That's
so
cool.
I saw a bunch of fighters there, and this nice truck pulls up, decked out in Alabama gear, and out pops Eric Anders. I'm like, okay.
Did you yell, "Your boy"?
No, he was like decked out in some fucking jewelry too. I was like,
oh yeah,
you gotta like that, Eric. Apparently he's into like real estate and shit. But
yeah, good for him. Make money outside the cage. That's what it's all about.
Real estate agents usually do not do well in UFC though. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not picking him to win. I hope he does well outside the UFC. He ain't winning this.
All right, featured prelim. We got Charles Johnson coming in here as a minus 190 favorite, taking on Bruno Silva, sitting at plus 165. Charles Johnson just got KO'd for the first time in his career 6 weeks ago at UFC 324. He's making a quick turnaround against the dangerous 35-year-old Brazilian who's won 3 of his last 5 fights. Only losses to Manel Kape and Joshua Van. He got a nice win over Hyung Sung Park, round 3 submission. Before that was a KO over Cody Durden and a KO that turned into a rear naked choke against Tyson Nam. So is anyone, really jumping at the bit to bet Charles Johnson here at minus 190, or am I a bit crazy to think Bruno Silva could pull this one off? Because quick turnaround after getting KO'd for the first time ever. And Charles Johnson, to me, isn't really a guy that I would want to be laying chalk on in most situations, because he's just a guy that usually loses the first round and then has to battle back, which could happen. Bruno Silva's been knocked out, got knocked out in round 3 by Kape and Joshua Van. So he does slow down. But he's got to get it there first, right? He's got to get to round 3 to take over. Charles does. So I'm kind of leaning towards the dog here in Bruno Silva. What do you think, BP?
Yeah, I love the dog play here. I'm actually going to take Charles Johnson just because I feel like now that two of his, I guess, skulls, Kavanaugh and Van being champion, Kavanaugh shaking up the world with Moreno fight. I think 2 of his skulls motivated him. Like, I can get those guys on any given night. I should be up there, right? But you got to perform. And Bruno Silva's no punk. Yeah, he got knocked out by Manel Kape and Joshua Van, but he got knocked out both times in round 3. Like, he stood with them for 3 rounds, and both those guys can knock anybody out. Then Hyung Sung Park, who was the next Korean fighter up, obviously Tyra put a stop to that. But then after that, they're like, oh, that was on short notice. We're going to see the real Park now. And then Bruno Silva finished him. Bruno Silva is nasty on the ground. He gets your back. It is a problem. Charles Johnson can scramble really well on the ground. His takedown offense isn't goated, but he can get taken down. He scrambles well to the top. But you scramble with the lights out guy that takes your back, that could be a problem here. I think Charles Johnson's style, his striking, can frustrate anybody. And I think it's, and there's obviously some sneaky power there. I think he needs to just kind of let it go. I know the knockouts could be playing heavy in his head, but you need to let it go. You need to, because Bruno can crack too. Bruno's got some knockouts on his record as well, but you need to be flowy. You need to let it go. You need to trust your gut. You need to trust your chin. 6 weeks getting flatlined by Alex Perez, not ideal, but people have done it before. People have come back from that before and have looked okay. So I'm going to trust energy. I'm going to trust Charles Johnson. At minus 190, probably not. If you really love Charles Johnson, which I don't, that's a parlay spot for you. I just don't love him in this spot. I think Bruno Silva is the way to go at plus 165. I'm just not there. I'm just not there on Bruno. I'm just not there. I like energy. Energy's energy. Enter me. Feed me. Energy.
I'm going Bruno Silva, man.
Little poem. Oh, okay. Dog it up. I ain't going to hate on the dog play, bub.
The Bulldog. I just think Charles is a high variance type of guy. I mean, you can beat Joshua Van and Kavanaugh on one night, and then he could lose to O'Day Osborne. Or he could get out wrestled by Cody Durden.
Yeah.
Or he could get knocked out by Alex Perez, you know? And I think Bruno Silva, he shows up every fight. And I think he's got the danger to maybe finish Charles Johnson once again. The 6-week turnaround. Don't love that. Don't love that whatsoever. And not even just the KO. He's got to cut the weight again. Right? He's got to cut the weight. I mean, this is a big dude for flyweight. 5'9".
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. Bruno Silva.
He wanted the Moreno fight. He wanted to fight even sooner.
I think Bruno Silva, I thought maybe he might be cooked, after the Joshua Van fight. But seeing him just fucking give a vet lesson to Young Sung Park in the next one, I'm like, okay, he's still here. He's still good. So give me Bruno the Bulldog. Let's get it done.
The Bulldog.
All right, before we go into the main card, I got to remind y'all that we got the 3 PC giveaway last week for UFC 326. If anyone picked a perfect card, they would have got $1,000. Nobody did. I kind of want to see who did best last week on UFC 320.
Was not me.
The best picker last week was Kyle Brigman. Shout out to Kyle Brigman. 8-2.
What's up, Kyle?
Didn't pick the full card, but was the most profitable. And BP is not on Fatima.
Fatima's still picking hot.
8-4.
I don't think I cracked the top. Is this for all time or just last week?
This is just last week.
I don't think I'm top 200.
I'm not on this because I forgot to put my picks in.
No, BigJive.
I forgot to put them in.
Yeah, so I did look at this. I'm right behind Joe Ban.
Are you?
No, I'm not. No, wait, hold on. There's Joe Ban. Oh, nope, never mind. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. Because Joe Ban and I went head to head in that March Madness thing.
Yeah.
So I know he bested me.
Was there really only 12 fights? I thought there was 13.
No, one fell off. It was the Lee fight. Yeah, it was only 12 fights. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Fatima's pretty good.
Smart.
Pretty good.
Sharp.
Good. There's Trindaddy, top 20.
There you go, Trent. Way to recover back, babe.
I put my picks in for this week today, so I didn't forget. But pay-per-view, or not pay-per-view, but numbered cards, shit gets a little wild, so I forgot to put them in last week. But shout out to Kyle Brigman, and shout out to Shizzy in a close second place there.
Shizzy.
Let's see what we're
doing it, man.
Yes. All events, Luna still at the top.
Fucking Luna.
Still at the top is Luna. Silly for the Gilly, looking good there. 9-pick win streak for Silly.
Golly.
Looking good. I think all time. I mean, Fatima's up there.
Yeah, Fatima's doing well. Fatima's doing really well.
Pork, shout out John Pork.
John Pork, Chenko, doing great.
Caps at 200. There's no chance I'm in here. Me Machine, shout out to Steve.
White House cards.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I'm not 200. There's no way. Nah, fuck.
Dubronx is in there as well. Shout out Dubronx.
Charles Dubronx. He's in there.
Shout out Dubronx. Make sure you get your picks in on 3-punch combo. It is free to join. You can use code BigJive to get a free month, or you can just sign up for the free version and get your picks in. If you pick a perfect card for UFC Vegas 114, you win $1,000.
Schmeckles. 1,000 schmeckles, babe.
Obviously, no risk at all. Go put them in. Link down in the description below, 3punchconvo.com. And also this week, as BP alluded to, there was a little tournament between us cappers on the 3PC website and the fighters. And in the championship this week is going to be Alan Jouban versus Fatima Klein. Whoever has the more profitable night of picks is going to win the 3PC Picks Championship this Saturday. Nothing better than an Apex card to see who is the real 3PC picker this Saturday. Shout out to them. Fatima's good.
Yeah, Fatima's great. I'm not making any excuses on the Joe Ban thing. I knew I was going head to head with him. Let's just say that I felt a little bad for him because it's like, man, if I beat Joe Ban, I'm better looking than him, and I beat him in fight picks. So it's like, I got to let him win one because he ain't going to win the other. So I let Joe Ban kind of win that one. Shout out on Joe Ban. Way to go. Fatima Klein, though, I think is going to win it. She's been on fire lately. So my money's on Klein.
And we actually have, since she's been so sharp, we actually got a leg from her later in the 3-punch parlay. She gave us a leg. So we got one leg from BP, one leg from me. And then third leg is Fatima Klein's leg, which might shock you. So stay tuned for that later on in the show. BBB, congrats on 30K subs. We did hit 30K subs.
That is great. Yes. I forgot. I fucking meant to open the show with that. That's on me. But yeah, congrats hitting 30K. That's dope, bud.
Appreciate everyone. We actually went to 30K, and then I think I made a post and I went back down under 30K for like a few hours. You know,
dude, I remember hitting like 4,000 on Twitter, and I'm like, "Thank you for the 4K. It's awesome, you know. Thank you, blah blah." And after I made that post, I was like 398, and I'm like, "You motherfucker! Why? Why?"
I knew it was gonna happen too, so I screenshotted it. I was like, "Nah, I got proof here. I got proof."
I hit 30K, motherfuckers. Yeah.
All right, let's move it on to the main card. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button for us. I don't know how many likes we're at, but
hype the video.
I'm going to check it out.
I was watching I usually pop into some, like last night, some guy who I don't follow on YouTube, but YouTube algorithm, how do you say that word? They pump out like shows like this, like, you know, and this guy had like a couple hundred viewers. I'm like, oh, I'm going to check him out. I like to see people or whatever. And he just kept saying, hype the video, hype the video, hype the video. And YouTube kept saying, hype it. Give them hype. Give them hype. Because you have said it. And I didn't know what the fuck it meant. But hype the video, baby.
Yeah, hype it up.
Hype it up.
Give us some hype points, boys. Hype it up. We got 45 likes on my stream. We got to get that up to like a hundo. Like the video for us. Let's hop into this main card. Vitor Petrino stepping in here as a minus 260 favorite, taking on Steven Asplin, sitting at plus 220. Vitor, since moving up to heavyweight, is 2-0. He beat off Lane, and he beat Thomas Peterson, who is a teammate of Steven Asplin. Asplin won his UFC debut against Sean Sharaf. I was there in attendance. The thuds that these boys were making honestly made me a little bit sick because, I mean, they were nasty. They were nasty. Steven Asplin landed 170 significant strikes in less than 10 minutes in that fight. As a heavyweight, that's absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. The guy is averaging 19.93 significant strikes landed per minute.
Yeah.
So Vitor Petrino probably going to look to take this guy down because if you look at Steven Asplin's regional career, he has one loss. You know who that loss was to, BP?
Who was it?
Our boy Denzel Freeman.
God,
Denzel took that man down and ragdolled him and subbed him in the second round. Denzel's only win by submission in his career came against Steven Asplin. And Vitor Petrino was recently awarded a black belt. Now, there are some concerns because apparently this guy's got some problems with his hand. His hand was wrapped. Apparently he's got a broken hand or something wrong with his hand. But he says in some training videos or whatever that he's just working through it. So maybe he thinks he can get past this one with a messed up hand or whatever. But I think Vitor probably does get the takedowns here. I feel like Steven Asplin can't really wrestle. I don't think he can grapple. I think Vitor probably takes him down and does what he wants to him. But the thing with Vitor is he's dropped the ball before. Yeah, he's dropped the ball before. He stuck his head into a guillotine against Anthony Smith. He got KO by Dustin Jacoby in the third round. He's just not a very active guy on the feet, kind of low volume, doesn't really want to exert himself that much. But I feel like if he does get the takedowns here, he's just going to be levels above Asplin. And I don't think Asplin's grappling is very good. Could be getting better, but the big boys at heavyweight are not good grapplers. And if you got grappling in the heavyweight division, it'll take you far. Vitor was at light heavyweight, clearly was not the division for him at heavyweight. I think he's a lot more skilled than these guys. So Vitor for me. What do you think, BP?
Yeah, I want to start by saying I do like Steven Asplin. I think his post-fight speech his last time was awesome. I thought that was so dope. I mean, the guy obviously was super heavy, lost a lot of weight, carries that loose skin with a badge of honor, and has cardio. I mean, the guy throws a ton of punches and has proven to have a chin and have some cardio, even though he might not look like Vitor Petrino, right? And I like that. But there is a glaring weakness in the ground game, right? I know he's working hard on his grappling. I know he probably worked a lot on his takedown defense and his submission defense. But if Petrino gets it down, it's over. And I absolutely love Petrino in this spot. This is the one that jumped off the page here. Yes, Petrino lost to Anthony Smith. Yes, he lost to Justin Jacoby. This is what Petrino does, right? Within the first minute, he unloads his best combination or his best punches. If he doesn't get you out of with those, then he reverts to grappling. And that's what he's going to do with Asplin. He's going to come out. He's going to be faster. He's going to land something. Asplin's probably going to be able to take it well. Then we're going to get grappling Vitor. I think Vitor is going to wrap up in head and arm triangle choke. I think it's going to be wrap round 1 or 2. I think Asplin is a cool guy. I root for him. If he wins, I love it because I am a fan of the guy. But it's Vitor Petrino by submission, and I think I might even dust off the old BetMGM account and play it by arm triangle because I feel that confident about that. Because he arm triangled Marcin Practical back at 205. Yeah. He arm triangle Practical, and then he rear naked choked Austin Lane, but that doesn't count. But his arm triangle, bro.
Practical,
bro, he gets knocked out though. That guy gets flatlined. He ain't getting submitted, right? Listen, take it to the bank though. Hey, who you want to listen to, guys? The guy up top who didn't hit a sicko parlay, or the guy down here who did and didn't bet it? Okay, listen to me. Play it and just forget it. Play it and just forget it. Right? Play it and just forget it.
I'm not even laughing about whatever you're breaking down here. Just the fact that you said Practical.
Practical? Oh, machine. Practical. That's how you say his name, right? How do you say it? I'm staring at it right now. How the fuck you say it? Marcin Practical. How do you say it? Say it then. Fucking laughing at me, bro. What you got?
Marcin Practical.
Practical. Okay, that's better. Practical.
Oh, I love it.
All right.
I kind of just want to call him Practical now.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that adds up. Yeah. Well, that would sit better with the.
What are you looking at?
Who?
It looks like you're looking at a chat.
Who, me? Oh no, this Royal Reef Company guy. What did he say? Not trying to fade you, but the way you describe it sounds like you should be closer to 400. It makes you wonder if Vegas thinks the underdogs might actually win. Well, yeah, the way I'm describing it, I'm going to play him like he's a minus 400, bro. I think I'm getting value at the minus 260. Let's go. Let's go. Game.
I'm going to tell you right now, Royal Reef, if Vegas thought Steven Asplin was going to win, they would line him as a favorite.
They wouldn't. Vegas ain't giving money away at 2-1, buddy. They ain't doing that.
Looks like the chat is giving some love to Steven Asplin.
He's very likable, and I've seen the chat really like him, and I like him too, dude. I mean, I'm gonna have some money on this. So obviously, I'm gonna root for my dollar, but if he wins, I wouldn't be too super upset. I think the guy's inspirational. I think he's a cool cat. I like him.
Yeah, everyone's loving him. I'm like, I don't get it. I mean, seems like a good dude, whatever. But
let me ask you a question: who's the one fighter that I want to say hate's such a strong word? Who's the one fighter that everyone loves that you're like, not for me? And it could be personality wise, it could be skill wise, it could be whatever. But there's that one guy everyone's like, dude, I love this guy, and you're like, really?
Gosh, I don't know.
Think about it. We'll move. I didn't want to put you on the spot. I don't know if you had someone like Ray off the tip of your tongue.
Is there one for you?
Yeah.
Who?
Hamzat Chimaev.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of understandable though.
I mean, I think he's good at like one thing. I don't think he's pound for pound great. And I think he's a bit of a fucking, first off, I could get into the weeds about him, like what he did, like the Sweden Chechnya thing. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, he's the guy that I'm just not a guy. I mean, you know, when the only time I'm going to root for Sean Strickland is when he fights Chimaev.
Yeah, that makes
I'm
sense.
not a Sean Strickland guy either.
I would. I don't know. I don't really
Say.
think there is.
Really? There's not one fighter like.
I think it usually just like fluctuates. Based on
Sure. Yeah.
certain things. Yeah, no, I don't think there really is one at the moment.
There's several fighters that I like that people always give shit that they don't like Sugar Sean O'Malley. I was a big Kamar Usman fan for a while. Like, I thought he got so much shit for no reason. Especially after he beat Colby, broke his jaw, finished him, and they're like, then Colby would win again, and he just finished him. What are you talking about? Like, some of the Usman hate during the Colby days to me was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it's usually when people are overrating a guy.
Yeah.
And they think he's like invincible. That's when I usually start to not like him.
Sure. I get that. I never thought Usman was invincible. I know a lot of like my boy Timbo and Christian who I used to do the podcast with, they just thought he was so corny. Like, dude, this dude's corny. And he was. I get that, right? I mean, I don't love everything about the guy, but I thought like he was getting disrespected a lot. And then a lot of the Colby fans came after me in the chat one time on the Anakin Florian. And I'm like, he got finished by Usman. What are we talking about?
Yeah. I mean, Colby, I've never really been a Colby guy. I never really understood it because he's not really that exciting of a fighter.
I can't believe he's still ranked. They need to. I mean, where's the AI rankings that we're supposed to get? Because this is crazy. Like, Tai Tuivasa just got put back in the rankings. Colby's still ranked. Like, Colby's doing the RFA. RFA's doing some good things. They're doing that Dylan Dennis thing, which is weird because Dylan's not really a wrestler. Like, that should be more of a jiu-jitsu thing, but whatever. But yeah, why is Colby ranked? When's the last time he won a fucking fight?
I guess I would have to go with Lunatic. Cody Garbrandt, not a fan. Never been a fan.
I get that. I understand. He's another corny guy a lot of people don't get.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter anymore, though.
No, yeah, disliking him is whatever. Here we go. Your favorite fighter.
Here we go. Featherweight bout. We got Marwan Rahiki coming in at -265, taking on Harry Hardwick, sitting at +225. Harry, 0-1 in the UFC, lost his UFC debut to Kawe Fernandez, where he got his leg chewed up and TKO'd in round 1. He's 13-4-1 as a professional. On the other side, 7-0 for Rahiki. Won his Dana White Contender Series fight by round 2 TKO after getting dropped twice in the first round. In that fight, there was 4 knockdowns. Insane fight. And coming off that one, they're giving him Harry Hardwick, who's 18 years older. Harry, the pug himself. +225 on Harry. Is there any chance you're going to take Harry Hardwick here?
I mean, I know, the Cage Warrior stuff is hanging up back. I mean, he got absolutely destroyed by Fernandez, but you and I both talked at length how Fernandez is a legit dude. It's not the ugliest loss, right? Harry, he's a little scrapper, right? He's not here for a spot of tea. He's here for a fight. And Rahiki's a guy that comes from Australia that people love. They love this kid. They think he's like the next coming. Australia people around him and the fans, I think, are amazing. Some of the best fans in the world, maybe if not the best MMA fans in the world. And they support this guy. They like this guy a lot. And I think the skills are there, but it scares me because obviously he got put down in his Contender Series, but he got back up, right? I think this could be a little bit closer than people think. I mean, I know you're going to make fun of his face. You're going to keep looking at him. You're going to laugh at him, right? The goatee's not helping this guy at all. But I'm going to go Rahiki, but I'm not going to run. This isn't going to be a guy that's going to be empty the clip. I'm not putting him on 3PC or anything like that. 23 years old, still a little unproven. Some skills are there. But I think Hardwick, he's got some okay wins under his belt. He's got some experience. I don't think he's a terrible fighter. So give me Rahiki, but I don't hate the Hardwick play. If you're dog chasing, if you want the dogs, if you think they're barking, I don't hate the play. Obviously Hayden does because he's making fun of this guy's face all day. But I think, am I going to say the word value and be an asshole and say that? No, but I mean, I won't fault you if you go Harry Hardwick.
I will fault you if you go Harry Hardwick.
This guy.
Because this guy's not good, man. Never has been, never will be. All right. There's a reason he's not on the card next week in London. They're shipping him over to the fucking Apex to get knocked out by Marwan Rahiki.
You got to, if you're Harry Hardwick, you got to be pretty pissed about that. Like, I couldn't fucking stay.
Right. I mean, Freaky Rahiki, this dude's dangerous, man. He's
Freaky
23. He's only going to be getting better.
Yeah.
Obviously, the defensive liabilities are there, but I said it in my picks breakdown today. An African or Harry Hardwick?
Right.
Which one of those is going to, expose that defense a little bit more? I think it's probably the fucking powerful African that dropped him twice and he was still there.
Right.
So even if Hardwick does land on him, like, I mean, yeah, sure, it's MMA, but dude, Harry Hardwick doesn't KO anybody.
No.
He doesn't KO anybody.
I never say he won by KO. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying, like, I guess maybe he could win a decision if Rahiki fucking slows down and gasses himself out. But
Australia's crazy to me. I only thought there was like 2 gyms in Australia. This dude's from Sydney, and he trains at Lions Den Academy, which I looked at it. Not many fighters are from there. But I literally thought like either you trained in Perth or you trained with Volkanovski. So shout out Australia, bro. I mean, that's a big country, but man.
I saw him training with Volk a little bit.
Well, I'm sure they do some cross training for sure. But yeah, he's listed at Lions Den.
Rounds with the legend.
Yeah, legend, mate. God, dude, look how big he looks. They're both the same weight class. Look how big he looks against Volk. I know Volk's just short.
Yeah, right.
That was a huge size advantage. That's big. That's crazy.
I like the aggression from Rahiki, and I think he probably does find the knockout, honestly. I just think Harry Hardwick's too soy. He's a soy
boy.
Soy
boy. Yeah.
Soy boy.
I'll agree with you that. I think he's got some soy in there too.
Can't
what is Rahiki by knockout? Plus 135. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not thrilled with the price, but I think he wins. Rahiki in Contender Series, eat some crazy shots. Yeah, I mean, he was like, he was fucking walking into overhands.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Well, it's a young fighter who's probably never been hurt in sparring, got hurt in a fight and was like, what the fuck is this? That happens a lot. But listen, he resolved from and he got up and he won the fight. I love that.
Yeah. All right, give me Rahiki. Moving on. Featherweight bout, we got Andre Feely. Touchy Feely comes in.
Touchy Feely.
285 dog, taking on Jose Delgado, sitting at minus 350. Delgado coming off his first loss in the UFC against Nathaniel Wood. A very close decision. Could have won either way. It did not go his way. But at 27 years of age, he's stepping in here against the veteran at 35, who's 13-11 in the UFC, coming off a win to Christian Rodriguez by decision. Before that, he pulled off the infamous guillotine tap to Melquias Acosta, which I still don't know how he tapped to that. How he
I know he tapped it. He fucking was like, oh wait, okay, I'm good. All right, I quit.
Touchy Feely and Freaky Rahiki on the card. Devious. Should have made them fight each other. That'd be sick.
I kind of love Freaky Deaky Rahiki. That's, I mean, make shirts and I'm buying it, bro. I love that.
Riki.
Freaky Deaky Rahiki. Whew.
I think Delgado runs through him here.
Yeah.
But I will say Delgado is hittable. You know, Nathaniel Wood dropped him. He's been hurt on the regional scene before. So, I mean, he's a fucking cyclone, man. He's a crazy man in there. He is going to throw the kitchen sink at you. And if you can catch him in the process, he's there to be caught. But at the same time, you better fucking mind your P's and Q's because otherwise he's going to catch you. And I think he probably does catch Andre Feely here, who has been getting finished more often. You know, the guy's, he's been finished 7 times in his career, but he's got 32 fights or 37 fights. So you got to give him some pass there. But the sub loss to Costa, the round 1 KO to Ige, he's getting hurt in a lot of these fights against Nathaniel Wood. Brito got him. I feel like Delgado's just too young, too fast to not finish him here. I would be shocked if Feely takes like his best shots and he's still there, you know?
Right.
So give me Delgado. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all over Delgado as well. I just don't love the line. I'm really Feely's weird to me because there's times where I prop play him, right? Usually to lose. And all of a sudden he just goes out there on his shield and all of a sudden the chin's there. It's like, what happened to the guy that got put down by Dan Ige? with a little check right hook. What happened to the guy that got dropped by Nathaniel Wood bad? What happened to the guy that got slept and absolutely starts in like 30 seconds of Brito? Like, this guy's going out there going fucking tit for tat, and then he goes out there against Costa and quits. It's like, what feeling are we going to get? What are we showing up? He's a father now. I know his kid's probably a little bit older now, but Team Alpha Male, if he's still there, which I believe he is, I mean, they don't have anybody anymore. Everyone's kind of abandoning ship. Josh Emmett, who's the main event, he's training in this camp with fucking Dillashaw. He's not even Alpha Male anymore. So, yeah, I mean, Philly's the vet. Delgado, I think, has tremendous power. When he goes, it's special. His defense obviously needs to get tightened up a little bit. Philly can box a little bit. He's got that vetness to him. He might maybe even try to go for some takedowns, mix that in. Don't really know if that's going to be well, because Philly has some good takedowns. It just doesn't have really good control on the ground. And I don't think his submission game's like out of this world. So give me Delgado. I don't love the line at minus 350. So I'm going to have to jump in the prop pool. And we're going to go Delgado by knockout, minus 105. Not as good as I want it, but if I have to play it, right, it's going to be by knockout. I won't touch that money line.
I think Feely's full-time in Vegas now.
Vegas, okay, yeah. So he's smart, good. Alpha Male is fucking nobody.
I remember there was a lot of hype around Delgado coming into this. Apparently, he's Bautista's main sparring partner, and he looked really good. Yeah, he's like the protege of Benson Henderson.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's like super close with Benson.
There's a ton of dudes that the lab in Arizona are like that are just, they're on the come up. That gym is got some freak young guys.
Yeah, Feely's kind of unbettable after the stunt he pulled against Melky, dude.
He fucking what? That was
another one. Another one.
Yeah.
Thinking back out, I had a bet on Andre Feely, bro.
Yeah.
I had a bet on Andre Feely. He shoots a takedown, gets out of the guillotine, and then sticks his head back
in. What are you doing?
And
this is a guy who literally trained at Alpha Male for however many years, where all those little dudes just fucking wrap up guillotines. You mean to tell me you don't got guillotine fence? Fuck out of here.
It's PTSD, bro. I mean, every fucking time. There's some crazy shit going on. I have money on the other side. I don't understand it. Delgado is the truth. I mean, he looks like it for about 5 minutes. He does slow down, but it's more like the explosiveness slows down, but he's still there. It's not like he gasses out. Not really going to gas out too much if you train at the lab, if you know what I mean. But Delgado inside the distance. Let's move on. Light heavyweight bout. Umar C comes in as a minus 240 favorite, taking on Iwan Kudalaba. Kudalaba sits at plus 205. 32 years of age for Kudalaba, but a lot of UFC experience. He's had 19 UFC fights. On the other hand, just 4 for Umar C. He is 30 years of age. He's going to come into this matchup with a 3-inch height advantage and an 8-inch reach advantage. The Frenchman, who now trains at American Top Team, got a win against Brendan Sinabero his last time out. But before that, screwed a lot of people's parlays when he lost to Alonzo Menafield as a huge favorite. So I know some people in the chat are probably not going to have the highest thoughts of Umar C. But what do you think here, BP? You going to trust him this time, or are you going dog hunting?
So I mentioned earlier my worst bet on Tavares over RoboCop. I got to admit, I hit Menafield over C. I think C is a bit overrated. I love the move to American Top Team. Sometimes European MMA and France MMA, unless you have money and you have a coach like Cyril Gahn, the whole camp's surrounded around him. I don't think C's there yet. So going to American Top Team, getting those bodies, getting the work in, making the money, then you can go back to France. I love that move. Kutalab is a wild man. This dude, you don't know what you're going to get. This guy has burned me so many times. He goes out there and does that weird shit against Ankalaev. You're like, what the fuck? Then the next time he gets slept. Other times, like, he's looked really good. I mean, this is a guy that's really up and down. You can obviously tell by his UFC record and his overall record. And there's some weird skills there. Like, his cardio was really bad. Then he kind of fixed it. And then, like, you know, then he started to want to grapple a little bit more as opposed to be this, you know, nail eating, baby eating, shit fucking crazy guy. I like C here. I think C's going to go for the takedown. He got to take down his last fight, finish on the ground. I think that is what we're going to see here. Kutalaba is going to be tough to get down that first round. He is strong. He does have a lot of energy in that first round. He's still crazy. The stare down is going to be crazy. So I like C to end it probably second round. So Marcy second round, we're looking at plus 450, maybe even third round plus 750. Not crazy, you know, but cuts the number a little bit. Yeah, I see C winning. Could win a decision as well. I mean, I'm not bullish on the finish, but I like Amar C. Even though I'm not super high on him, I do have high hopes for the American Top Team move because I think that was much needed, and I think that's what he's going to need, especially at 30 years of age. Light heavyweights wide the fuck open, so you need to start stacking some wins, and this is the way to do it against a bet like Cutelaba. So give me C.
Yeah, I like C here as well. Unless he flinches at the face-off. Then
Can't do that.
he might have to cash
Can't
out,
do that.
Because Cutelaba going to get in his face. He's going to fucking roar. He might have the face paint on, might paint his whole body like he did.
Right. Yeah.
He was the Hulk. But Cutelaba's fucking just such a weird dude. Like
Crazy.
He's a crazy man. He's a crazy man. But at the end of the day, I've never really thought he was very good. He's just like an aggro, aggressive, short, stocky. He's not that short. 6'1". I highly doubt he's 6'1". I feel like
they all lie about their height. I've never seen him in person, so I can't confirm or deny, but yeah, they all lie about their height.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think C is just such a big athlete at this weight class that can grapple. I think it's a tough matchup for Cutelaba. I mean, Johnny Walker subbed him.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Johnny Walker isn't a grappler. Ryan Spann got him with a guillotine choke. I mean, Felipe Lin's
got a good guillotine, though. Yeah.
Felipe Lins, who's now fighting Ngannou, took him down a couple times as well. I mean, it's not really like Cutelaba has like rock solid takedown defense. It's not like he's some elite grappler. Umar C usually wants to go in there and grapple you, and I think he's probably going to be able to do that here. As the
he's huge too. I mean, 6'4", well-built kid,
more athletic dude in that small octagon.
Yeah,
I mean, he could probably reach across the octagon and fucking grab a leg on Cutelaba. So I think C rolls here. And I don't know if he's going to get a finish, though, because like he's just not that much of an aggressive dude. Maybe if he does get the back and gets a sub, I don't know that he's going to TKO him, though. He'd have to get to a pretty dominant position, or Cutelaba would have to gas. But
I mean, he looked pretty good, and he looked aggressive against Brenson Ribeiro, who absolutely stinks. But he did look for the finish, right? He got on top and finished, and I like that. I want that hungry dogs. I was right after the Menifee loss. And, this guy, you got to improve. You got to improve. And you got to be careful round one against Cutelaba because he is fucking nuts. But eventually ease into the fight and you can, I think, find a sub, find a fucking TKO, something like that. I think TKO might be harder than sub because Cutelaba, that motherfucker goes out in a shield. He's wild, but I think he may wrap up a sub. Depending how good his sub game is. He's got one against Tuco Tacos, who fucking, I mean, if me and Tuco Tacos fought, I literally would line him. He might be a slight favorite over me. That guy stinks. But sub rear naked choke in the first round is, I mean, C didn't even land a fucking punch in that fight.
Yeah. Dude is CT in human form. 6'1" in heels, probably, dude. I think he's probably 5'11". He looks so small compared to like Nzechukwu, Walker, Spann, and like they're the same size as C. Like C's probably gonna tower over him.
Yeah. I remember when Anderson Silva came in because they used to list him in Pride as 5'11", and he came in, debuted against Chris Leben, and at the weigh-ins it was like, I mean, Chris Leben I think was listed at like 5'9", 5'10". Anderson Silva was 6'2", 6'3". Like he was listed in his UFC debut at 5'11". It's like where'd we get this measurement? Right? What the fuck?
Russ in the chat. How we doing, Russ?
What up, Russ?
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. We are at the co-main event of the night. We got a strawweight
call that.
Yeah, kind of. Amanda Lemos comes in at plus 170, taking on Jillian Robertson, sitting at minus 195. Jillian comes in here 4-1 in the last 5, 2-3 for Amanda Lemos. This was a rescheduled booking, which was supposed to take place at the last card of 2025 at the Apex. They rebooked it for this one. Amanda Lemos had to pull out because she had herpes on her lip. At 38 years of age, that's not a great thing to deal with. But Lemos had a close fight with Tatiana Suarez her last one out, where not a lot happened. And Suarez, I honestly thought she should have lost. I thought Lemos won it based on damage because Suarez was kind of cage holding, not really doing anything. But either way, I mean, Lemos has been fighting at a much higher level of competition. And I'm going to tell you right now, I had a bet on Amanda Lemos against Jillian Robertson on that card. And I haven't pulled the trigger this week, and I don't know if I want.
Pull it.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know.
Fucking pull it.
I just my reasoning behind the bet the first time around was Lemos has faced literally grappler after grappler after grappler after grappler, and she's beaten Mackenzie Dern. She's beaten Yasmin Lucindo. She got subbed by Jandiroba. Close fight with Suarez, and she got destroyed by Whaley. 5 grapplers in a row, or at least Whaley's not really a grappler, but she did grapple there and fucked her up. But I felt like her grappling got better like every fight. And Jillian Robertson, 4-1 in her last 5, and she's on a 4-fight win streak. But you look at who she's fighting, man. Like all 4 of those girls can't grapple at all. Marina Rodriguez never been able to grapple. Luana Pinheiro got submitted by Angela Hill. Michelle Watterson can't grapple her, and that was her retirement fight. And Polyana Viana can't grapple unless it's in the bedroom. So, I mean, Jillian, she kind of had like an easy run. And now she's minus 195. It's like, if she doesn't get the takedown, she's fucked. She's fucked. But if she does get the takedown, the one thing I do like with Jillian is she will throw ground and pound. She's not like Suarez where she's just going to hold you. She doesn't really have like flowy jiu-jitsu or dominant jiu-jitsu on top where she's going to land ground and pound. Jillian is that way. So that's what's kind of, made me pull back on Lemos here as a dog. But it is tempting. It is tempting because Robertson's striking is not good. It never has been, never will be. She's just not built like that. She's not built like that. Her entries on her takedowns, honestly, to me, aren't really that great. But she does have a pretty solid single leg. And Lemos, takedown defense against when you're wrestling legs isn't that great. But if you're wrestling body, if you're just shooting into a double and she's up against the cage where she can, throw her hips into it, dig underhook, she's good there. But out in the open, the single legs she does struggle with. So I'm struggling with this one personally. Do I go with my initial read and put a bet on Amanda Lemos? But I've been so cold recently. I don't know, man. BP, talk some sense into me, please.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're doing this podcast together. I mean, you're an incredibly sharp handicapper. Huh?
Chicks. Let's hear it.
I know chicks. And I couldn't be more confident in Jillian Robertson. I think Jillian Robertson I was never high on her early in her career. I thought she struggled. I thought her grappling was good, but I thought she struggled. You're right. Her stand-up's never going to be great. But her wrestling and her takedowns and her cardio have improved drastically. Dean Thomas has took her under his wing. He's like her head coach. He's like one of the few, like he molds her entire career at this point. And I think she is a legit threat. And I think she only needs one takedown. You look at Lemos' last 3 fights, right? Michelle Watterson got her down once. Marina Rodriguez didn't get her down, but Rodriguez not taking him down. Zhang Weili got her down 6 times. Mackenzie Dern, who has no wrestling, got her down once. Jandiroba got her down once, subbed her, only needed one. You got Yasmin Lucindo, where Lemos out-grappled Yasmin Lucindo, did nothing, only landed 12 strikes, but she got taken down, and obviously Suarez got taken down 3rd time. And is it fair to question if Suarez is as good as we think, because considering her main training partner, husband, fiance, Patrick Mix, is a fraud? Like, can we question Suarez? Because she did not look good when she got the shot at the title. And this is coming from a Suarez fan. She dropped the ball in the title shot, and I thought she looked very average against Lemos. She got outstruck, but she just wrestled fucked the entire time. All it takes is Jillian needs one. Jillian needs one takedown. I think her submission game is that good. I mean, Lemos got submitted on the cage by Jessica Andrade in the head and arm. She got submitted by Jandiroba not that long ago with an arm bar. I think Jillian Roberts is slick on the ground. I think she's super heavy on top. Big fan of Jillian Robinson in this spot here. Her by submissions plus 300. I think that's stealing. That is going to be something I bet the minute we get off here. Jillian Robinson by sub all day. Couldn't be more confident in a play on this card. Is that
big call from BP. And God, I mean, you really should have sold me there, but I'm like still not really sold.
It's okay. Do we have to do another bet?
No.
Okay.
If I was confident in Lemos, I would, but
All right.
I'm like on the fence. I'm on the fence. I mean, just let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Who's the better grappler, Fernanda Jandiroba or Jillian Robertson?
See, on paper, you would think it's Jandiroba, and I think she has more accolades. But in MMA, honestly, I think Jillian Robertson is the more potent finisher in the MMA. Jandiroba doesn't have. Who has more submissions in MMA? Probably Jillian Robertson, right? You know, GSP wasn't the best wrestler in the world, but he was the best MMA wrestler. I think Jillian Robertson MMA jiu-jitsu is next level good. I do.
Let me ask you this: Who is Jillian's best win?
Ooh, off the top of my head, I do not know. Probably the most recent stuff, because she had a struggle earlier in her career. The Rodriguez finish is pretty good. I know me and Rodriguez has fallen off a cliff. I mean, she submitted Rose Namajunas in grappling. Maria Agapova, you ever heard of her, dude? Yeah, I mean, obviously, looking at this, it'd have to be that finish over Marina Rodriguez.
I just think it's so low level, man. Like, she's getting wins, but it's against low level opponents. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that. I mean, but she's only beating the people she should. And also, Lemos she's 38. We don't talk about a woman's age here. She's 38, bro.
We also don't know if she's really a woman.
Jeez, bro. What?
Just saying.
Some dude in the chat's making fun of my lesbian haircut. First off, my wife told me, my wife is she co-owns a salon and does hair for a living. And a couple years ago during COVID, I grew my hair out. And then I always wanted to grow my hair out and then cut it for locks of love, like to sell for wigs and stuff. So I did that. And I thought I looked terrible in it. I looked pretty good with a hat on, but other than that, it was terrible. My wife told me the other day, I like your hair long. So your boy's growing it out. So no more lesbian haircut. You know, I'm going to look like a fucking Bradley Cooper from goddamn Stars Born or whatever the fuck he's from. What is it? Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Long hair,
Let it
bro.
flow. Let it flow.
Let it go. I mean, when you have this good head of a hair and you throw on a hat, like I get stopped by cops and they go, brother, your hair's the best in the city. Take the hat off. Okay. It's illegal to you to wear a hat. Your hair's so goddamn good. I'm like, I'm sorry, officer. You're exactly right. Hat's coming off. No problem. I'm the only guy in my group of drivers I work at UPS. And there's about 14 of us. I'm the only one that doesn't wear a hat ever. And I'm the only one that doesn't have a receding hairline either. So
probably the only one with hair.
The only way you're gonna do.
The rest of them are balding. So
yeah, there's one guy. He's probably my best friend at work. I've never seen him without his hat off.
Yeah.
And I asked his wife, I was like, does he sleep in that fucking thing? Does he shower in that thing? She's like, the only time he takes it off is right when he goes to bed. I have no idea what his hair looks like. No clue. He could be completely bald down the middle, landing strip down the middle. He could have a better head of hair than me. Never seen it in the fucking 20 years I've worked there. I've never seen his hair.
That's insane.
I bribed him. I said, we go out to lunch or dinner. I said, I'll pay for your meal if you fucking show me your hair. Won't do it.
Well, they definitely doesn't have better hair than Jillian Robertson.
No, Jillian Robertson. I mean, I asked my wife, I said, dyeing her hair red that much, that often, that can't be healthy for your hair, right? I mean, I got to imagine it hurts it, but what do I know?
Could be natural. You never know.
Could be natural. She could be a natural, vibrant redhead for sure.
Oh, let's go to the main event of the evening. Hit the like button for us. Hype the video up, as BP says. Hype it up.
Hype it up, bro.
We need some hype. Featherweight bout here. 5 rounds. Josh Emmett comes in at plus 420, taking on Kevin Vallejos, sitting at minus 550. America versus Argentina. The Argentinian is 3-0 in the UFC, 17-1 in his professional career. The only loss on his record is to the Lord Jean Silva on the Contender Series, 29-28 decision loss there. He's coming in here 1 inch taller with a 2-inch reach disadvantage against the 41-year-old Josh Emmett, who's 10-6 in the UFC. And he's at 17 years older than the 24-year-old Kevin Vallejos. So huge age gap difference here. We had one huge age gap difference last week when Raul Rosas Jr. laid in the guard and sniffed the crotch of Rob Font for 3 rounds.
Sniff it real good.
Ain't gonna happen here. Vallejos probably not going to be looking to take down Josh Emmett. He is, as many say, the Argentinian Ilia Topuria. Similar style, definitely not on the level of Ilia Topuria, but when you watch him, you do see some similarities in the way that they fight. Josh Emmett, we know him to have big power, but he only has 7 KOs, man.
Yeah.
He only got 7 KOs out of his 25 fights. So maybe that power is a little bit overrated, but he does have a ton of knockdowns in the UFC. He went on a streak there where he was knocking down like almost everybody.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, the guy's dangerous, but he's 41. He's a huge dog here for a reason, I think. And I think Vallejos gets it done here by being more active on the feet. Emmett's not really that high volume of a striker, kind of just tries to find that big overhand right, or maybe lunge in with follow it up with like a hook after. Never really thought Emmett was all that great, but he does compete, man. He's tough. I don't know that he's like washed by any means. You know, he's coming off the round 1 armbar loss to Zalal, but not really. We didn't really get to see much in that fight. And apparently, as BP alluded to earlier, he's training with TJ Dillashaw, and that was the first camp he had with TJ Dillashaw, and it lasted 1:38. So you got to believe TJ's probably pretty pissed about that as well. And hopefully this time around, he can at least get to fight a little bit more than 1:38. But the question here, BP, I know you're going to take Vallejos, but the question here is, does he get the KO or does he go to decision? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, but I got to say it one time. This is how he pronounces it, Kevin Vallejos with the B. Vallejos is, 24 years old.
You just said it. And then
because I Americanized it, bro. I'm not from Argentina. Okay, I don't need to say Vallejos. I like saying it
here with the perfect pronunciation.
Fine, I'll fucking stick with Vallejos the whole time. I'm sticking with Vallejos the whole time. 24 years old. The kid is really fucking good. Only losses to Jean Silva, and he didn't get finished by him, right? And that was when he's like 21, 22 years old. I love that he knocked out Giga Kotz. That's a guy that we mentioned earlier who we don't like. Giga is one of those guys that I do not like. He was very arrogant and cocky. Needed to get knocked out. Loved it. Loved the turnaround.
That story, right?
What?
The story.
Oh yeah, you were at the event for that. Yeah. Think about Josh Emmett's weird, right? Like he does have obviously power. His knockout over Bryce Mitchell is unbelievable. But this is something I'm so glad I had this show now, because this is something I could never say when I was on Yank and Forian. Let's just a spade. Josh Emmett's 41. He went to TJ Dillashaw because TJ Dillashaw's got that good stuff. Let's be honest, right? He's got that good. Have you seen TJ Dillashaw lately? The guy's fucking jacked out of his mind. Josh Emmett's always had a great body. He looks out of his mind in shape this week, right? That EPO is flowing, right? Allegedly, so we don't get sued. And Emmett's weird because he goes 5 rounds with Topuria, doesn't get finished, which is kind of his claim to fame, right? Then he goes 5 rounds with Laurel Murphy, who's good at fight for a title if he gets past Evelev, doesn't get finished, and then gets finished by Zalal by armbar, which happened so quickly, and Zalal got him quick. So if Vallejos goes out there and knocks this dude out early, that's a statement. It's easier said than done because Emmett is hittable, but does have a good chin. But Vallejos is just so aggressive, and he is patient, right? He really waited for his time against Giga and landed the perfect strike, hurt him, and then jumped on it like a dog on a fucking bone. Josh Emmett has been hurt. Josh Emmett got a lot in that Topuria fight. You hurt Josh Emmett or Vallejos hurts Josh Emmett, it's over. So to answer your question, yes, I think I will play Vallejos by knockout. It's easier said than done. What's the number on him by knockout? I'm pulling it up right now. If you have it in front of you. By knockout is -105. I want plus money for that. I get it. 41-year-old Emmett moving camps, blah, blah, blah. But I'm a big fan of Vallejos here. This was going to be my empty to clip. This is going to be my 3PC leg. This was going to be the dude in my fucking sicko parlay. But that line's so high. I can't be a mark like that. I can't give out picks like that. Everyone's picking him. He's 24 years old. But again, I was also confident a couple main events ago, and fucking got lost. So Josh Emmett could really be getting that EPO up to his fucking eyeballs and pull a rabbit out of his hat here, grapple fuck Vallejos and really expose him. Don't see it happening. I'm going to go Vallejos. And yeah, I like him. I like this kid a lot.
There's an interesting facet to this one.
Tell me.
I just realized. All right. Number one. Let me pull it up here. You see this? No beard.
Mm-hmm.
This was against Bryce Mitchell.
Bryce
Not
Mitchell.
going to play it because we'll get
Copyright. Yeah, we don't get that.
No beard there.
Yeah.
He got the dub.
Got the dub.
And then, of course, we know he had the beard for the Zalal fight, for the Murphy fight.
Clean shaven.
And this week, no beard.
Yeah, I think EPO makes your facial hair fall out, so I think that has a lot to do with it, allegedly.
Yeah, here's the beard for Zalal. So he shaved the beard. And the last time he did that, he got a round 1 KO against Bryce Mitchell. So if you are superstitious, you could maybe take a stab.
I'm just a little stitious.
By KO, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm just a little stitious.
Vallejos. I kind of think it could be a decision, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, playing minus 105. Emmett went 5 rounds with 2 elite guys. Thing about Emmett, though, too, is I think his career would have been a lot better if he stayed out. So Jeremy Stevens broke this dude's face. Like every bone in his face broken. He had to take 2 years off. Most guys would retire. All right, he goes on like a 4 or 5 win streak, but then he knocks out Bryce Mitchell, which was amazing. Everyone rooted for him. Like, you knocked out this guy who loves Hitler. And then you go away for like 2 years. And it's like, we need him to stay healthy. And I thought his career would turn out a little bit better, but it is what it is, man. He's still fighting high-level guys.
You know what could be interesting? The sub for Vallejos.
Yeah.
Because
Emmett has been subbed.
Emmett's got a pretty solid chin, man. And
it's hard to crack.
If he's getting lit up on the feet, maybe he shoots a sloppy takedown, or maybe he gets hurt with a shot, goes on all fours. Vallejos goes to the back, sinks in a rear naked choke. I mean, the fact that Yair Rodriguez subbed him, that should tell you a lot. I mean, and it was like an insta sub essentially against Zalal. So I mean, clearly the guy's ground game's not very good.
You know who had a good chin, buddy?
Who?
And who had red hair, like Josh Emmett if he grew his hair out? A guy named Cam Teague. I couldn't even get through without laughing. That dude got 2 shots at the Contender Series, which is fucking crazy.
That dude
shout out Cam Teague. I didn't mean to laugh at you, bro. Shout out Cam Teague.
The dude that knocked out Cam Teague recently, Larry and Douglas. That Contender Series KO was hilarious, dude. I was dying laughing.
When I was watching Contender Series and I saw Cam Teague and they brought him back and went, what did they see him in the front? What? They just want this kid to get murdered, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's an all-action guy. He's going to go in there and kill or be killed, but usually he's getting killed. But
yeah.
All right, let's move on to the empty the clip, the 3-punch parlay, and the sicko parlays. We made it through the entire breakdown. BP, what are we doing today?
I actually forget who I picked because
every time.
Well, no, because we had a switch up because of the Fatima Klein. Vitor Petrino. I love it here. I know Aspwood is everyone's boy. I kind of think he's my boy too, but I think ground game is so hard to learn in MMA. And when you're playing behind the 8 ball in the UFC with a weak ground game, good fucking luck. I think Petrino gets it done by submission. Empty the clip, baby.
Empty the clip on Petrino, says BP. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people on the live are probably not going to like that. Considering
no, they're not going to like it. I get it.
There was a lot of love for Asplit.
I get it.
All right. Well, let's try to hit an empty the clip here because we've been pretty cold on the empty the clip.
What you got here, John? What you got here, kid? I think I know. Okay.
We're going with 2 guys that have dropped the ball historically in their career, but I think this is a good matchup. I think it's a good matchup for Umar C. Get back on the track. He got the win over Ribeiro. So this will be his 3rd camp at American Top Team. I think that's good for him. Huge dude. Should be able to grapple up Iwan Kudalaba because he has been grappled up before. And that's what Umar C does. So unload the fucking clip. Unload it. No fear, no hesitation. Get it done for us. Now let's go to the 3-punch parlay. As promised, we got 1 leg from BP, 1 leg from me, and 1 leg from Fatima Klein. BP
Yes.
going with Elijah Smith. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So my original leg for this was Vitor Petrino. So we had to switch some things up. You'll see why. I just think Smith is gonna, I think he's a good safe bet with not a crazy number, right? Obviously, I could have put Vallejos in there. I could have put, Julian Robertson, who was originally going to be my play in here. But I think Elijah Smith has a lot of upside, minus 190. We'll get him early. We'll get him cheap, fairly cheap. Let's go.
All right, I'm going to Jose Delgado.
Smart.
Minus 350 on him. Don't really love the money line, bro, but I'll toss it in the 3-punch parlay. Why not? He should win. He should run through Touchy-Feely, who's 35 years of age, been finished multiple times recently, and Delgado's a finisher. Makes sense. Put him in there. Fatima Klein is going to go out on a limb. And take Steven Asplin to juice up the 3-punch parlay to a payout of plus 528.
That's juice, boys.
Juicy.
We're talking juice.
That's juicy. BP unloaded the clip on Vitor Petrino, and Fatima Klein's going with Steven Asplin for the upset. Fatima's, been pretty sharp.
She's been sharp. She's been way fucking sharper than me. And this is almost not, we don't know what the other two legs are going to do, but this is kind of like a hedge, right? So like if you follow me on the empty the clip, cool, but not, you might be rocking with the 3-punch combo parlay plus 528. That ain't too bad.
Ain't too bad. Shout out to Fatima, one of the fighters.
Shout out Fatima Klein.
3punchcombo.com. Link down in the description below. Sign up, get your fight picks in, and hopefully you can win that $1,000. Let's go to the sicko parlays. BP,
did you guys know I hit one last week? Were you guys here for that? I hit one last week. Didn't bet it, but I hit it. Hey, what's up, man?
Fresh off the win, BP is now up 16.28 units on the year on the sicko parlays. Only being 1-5. That's all you need to do.
You just got hit one, man.
BP is going with leg number 1.
Chrissy Curtis, of course. That's my guy. I always bet him. Brad Tavares, low number. And then the one I'm most confident about, Julian Robinson sub, baby. 2270. Woo!
Going for that plus 2270. I think there was a similar odds last week that you hit.
This one is, I don't remember exactly what the last one is. Very similar, though. You're right. We're trying to get to back. Listen, guys, I'm just going to throw this out there hypothetically. If a guy like me, right, hits back-to-back weeks, 20-1 parlays, I feel like there needs to be like a statue built of me somewhere. I mean, you know what I mean? I say that with no ego. I think there needs to be some kind of shrine or something dedicated to me. A plaque, I don't know, but I really feel confident on this one as well. If Chris will be first leg, if Chris gets it done, I'm already spending the money, if I'm being honest with you. So let's go.
Well, maybe if you put money on it this time, then you can.
Yeah, that's true. Note to self: actually, if I play money on, I'm going to go 0-3. So we got to see. But no, I'm definitely going to play money.
Seabass says you're going 1-6. Well, Seabass, even if he's 1-6, he's still up. Still up 15 unis.
Yeah, right, bro. Seabass, come on, bro. Have a little positivity, Seabass.
Crazy. All right, I gotta get one to go through.
You gotta get right here, bro. Let's get you one. Let's get you one.
Got to be 1-6 after this week. Okay,
here we go.
This is very realistic. Leg number 1, Bruno Silva by finish.
I like that.
Plus 330. All of his wins in the UFC have been by finish. I like him as a dog. Charles Johnson coming off the KO 6 weeks ago. He's got to cut weight again. Bruno Silva, very dangerous. KO can sub you. Plus 330. I like the number. Leg number 2, Jose Delgado to win in round 1 or 2. Minus 107. Playing a little bit safe there. I think the inside the distance is not far off, but if he's going to win, it's probably within the first 2 rounds. And leg number 3, we're going Umar C money line. Just money line. Just an easy money line to get us through, to cash it in at plus 1085. Once we hit that, we'll be up on the year, and we'll be looking pretty good. What do we think, Chad? Seabass said he cashed with you last week, but not tilling this week. Wow.
Bro, you got to ride the hot hand while you can.
This dude put money in your pocket, and you're going to tell him that you're not going to.
Bass Green, were you born in 1874? Because you are. That's old, bud.
to say there should be a statue of you followed by said with no ego is hilarious.
Yeah. I do that to my wife all the time. I'm like, I say this with no ego, but I gotta be the best husband in the world, right?
No ego whatsoever.
Not an ounce of it. But I gotta say,
best ever at like everything. You know?
yeah,
Can literally do nothing wrong.
nothing.
All right, boys, that's going to do it for the show. Appreciate y'all for joining tonight on the live stream. We're over 2 hours in. As always, like the video for us, subscribe to the channels, hype the video up before you go. Leave a comment down below after this gets posted. Would be much appreciated. We'll be back here next week with UFC London.
Yeah, which is a good card. I like the card a lot.
Yeah, UFC London looks. I always love the London cards.
They deliver, don't they? Yeah,
They do. But shout out to everyone in the chat that joined up. BP, you got anything for the viewers before we hop out of here?
nothing, brother. Just keep going. Hayden hit 30K. That's a testament to you guys in the chat. The chat's the best. Thank you for the continued support to me and Hayden. We're just getting started, baby. Every Wednesday we're here as long as there's fights on the weekend. And even if there's not, we still seem to do shows anyway. So you guys are the absolute best. Thank you for being in the chat. Wouldn't be the show without you guys. 3punchcombo.com. And that's it. That's a wrap, babe. I love it.
Yes, sir. Get your picks in. 3punchconvo.com. Link down in the description below. Shout out to everyone. We're out of here. Till next week. BigJive MMA Show. Peace.
See you, boys.